camper.
And as soon as we go live, I'm going to open up the chat for everybody. Open up the Zoom.
ClearPropTV.com goes to an old video.
I need to fix that.
Here, give me a chip kit.
All right, guys. I think that we are going live. And I'm trying to.
I'm showing live.
All right. I love it when we're going live. I know I need to say something in the chat real quick too, so it works, right? So, hello. Yes, good. Hello. I was afraid I was going to say. Guys. So I think that we are going live. Oops, that may have been me. Sorry, I apologize. So we are live, and welcome. This is actually episode 63. Tonight is called Interview Me. Warning, may talk about paramotors. Tonight is when we are all talking about paramotors, but you know, you've seen us on here, you've heard of us, but what is our story? So tonight we're going to be telling our story all about paramotors. And also too, the cool thing is we are inviting you to jump on also. So I am adding in the Zoom meeting and passcode. If you want to jump on and talk to us about paramotors, if you have something that you'd like to say, like this last weekend was really awesome and you want to talk about your last flight, that's awesome. Go ahead. If you want to talk about how you got into paramotors, maybe you had a paramotor incident and you want to talk about that, you are more than welcome to. Tonight is your night to talk about whatever you want to. First of all, let's introduce everybody that's on here. Tonight we have Brian Haybailwaller. You can find him at ppgbrian.com. We also have Linda Anderson. She's our cheerleader. You can find her at paramomusa.com. We also have JP Tulo in the house. You can find him at jptulo.com. Check out his TikTok. Apparently, he had a kitty that smacked him around a little bit. He has 1.3 million views just in the last couple of days. So you might.
It was a good week. I'll just say that it was a good week.
We have Eric and Jade. You can find Eric at paramotorco.com and Jade at paramotorgirl.com. We also have Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane. You can find him at ppgshane.com. We also got Brooke in the house, and you know him by ppgpirate.com. We also got PPG Tommy in the house, and you can find him at ppgtommy.com. I hear a theme here. There's a lot of .coms here. We also got theParachick.com and Paraswagusa.com in the house. And, of course, me, your host. My name is Sean Simons, ppggrandpa.com. So tonight is all about interviewing each other, talking about paramotors. And like I said, if you want to jump on, if you're interested in telling your story about your paramotor story, something that happened great this last weekend, please jump on. Who wants to jump on? Anybody want to take the plunge? Anybody out there? Come on, guys. Take the plunge. Join us on Zoom. If you haven't downloaded Zoom already, download Zoom, and you can click the link, or you can use the meeting ID and passcode to jump on and chat with us. I just dropped it in here again. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. We normally have something, that shows that we're going to be live, but we're having problems with that. I don't know what's going on with that. We're trying to go live here also on our streaming, but I don't know why this is not working. Oh, there it is. Allow access. Okay. Go live. Go live. All right. Are you sure you want to? No, I don't want to end it. I said I want to go live. All right. We're streaming live to paratalk.org. We're streaming live to YouTube. This is going to be an audio podcast on all your podcast apps that you enjoy. So come on, guys, jump on. Let's talk. Let's talk about paramotors. I guess everybody already knows about Brian Haybailwaller. I guess we can start with him real quick. Brian, welcome to the show again. You've been a co-host for many, many moons now. We appreciate you. and you were here originally because you had a little minor incident, and we started talking about your hay bale incident. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your hay bale incident that happened.
Oh wow, man! I guess that's been several months ago. June 18th, I broke my leg when I kicked a hay bale, and I had 3 months of downtime. And I went to my first fly-in that I camped at in Vail, North Carolina. Fly if you got to fly in, where I met a lot of these people, and I was able to run into the sky after 3 months of a broken leg, and the rest is history. It's been flying to Mojo. Just ordered a new wing, Spider. Saturday morning, I ran faster than I've ever run in my life to get into the air, and I made it. So, life is good. I broke a prop not long ago, and stuff still happens. I saw a lot of broken props at a fly-in this weekend, but fortunately, nobody got hurt. Everybody walked away from it. You can check me out at ppgbrian.com. I haven't been making too many YouTube videos, but I do have a YouTube channel, and that will take you there. And just living the dream.
Definitely living the dream, and we're definitely happy that you are back in the air and everybody is happy. Man, actually, you worried me when I first saw that video. I'm like, oh my goodness, how long is that going to take to fix and get back in the air? But obviously, it just took 3 months, and you're up in the air. Now you got a new wing. And how many fly-ins have you been in since you been back in the sport?
Let's see. So I broke my leg. That was flight 63, and I just had flight 112 at the fly-in. So I had 4 flights at the fly-in. I'm at like 49.7 hours on my motor. So my flights are, about a 30-minute average, probably shorter than most of the panel members. But that's usually I fly low and slow, and I see my buddy Skinny Chef Shane putting out videos about flying these hay bales and taunting me, and I just want to do that same thing because I'm an idiot, man. I want to get down there, and I want to. It's just it's our kryptonite, man. I don't know what it is.
Hey, have you made it back yet? Doing a hay bale psalm yet?
Yeah, but not below the horizon. I'm about 15 feet above them, and imagining what it's like to be down there. I'll get there.
Hey, I will tell you, Brian, that your takeoff that you ran faster than you ever had taken off before or run. I may or may not have gotten that from the air, just so you know. And your little legs were just going like a little cartoon character.
Yeah. Like it's easy to run fast because you don't have a lot of weight, but you got to keep running. Better keep running,
What about the landing, Brian? Did you have to run when you landed?
Yeah, man, I did. I was not the only person to come in hot that day, and I was one of the few that did not run it out, man. I plowed the dirt with my right knee, man. I created a trench. Wing came down hard on the leading edge. But turns out I think a lot of us were coming in a little downwind. The wind was shifty around, and everybody I talked to that day that landed at morning came in hotter than they ever had.
Cool. We're going to have to teach you how to do a foot drag to a landing.
Never quit learning.
Well,
Just
since,
do that on your good foot.
Yeah, make sure you do it on your good foot. Never trust Skinny Chef Shane, ppgshane.com. He's been to a fly-in recently. He does a lot of cooking and stuff. Tell us a little bit about your cooking background and how long you've been flying.
I've been cooking long enough to feed my family, and that's how I got started. I wanted to do good cooks for my family, and I like watching their faces when they eat the food. Tonight was not a good example. I just made a chef salad, so there was not very many faces other than yay. But at the fly-in that we just got done having, I did 2 pork butts, some chicken that took forever and a day to cook. I actually forgot the smoker, and I had to go and buy a new smoker at Lowe's, and it turned out not to be a great smoker at all, but I did do okay on the pork butts. I cook breakfast every day. Breakfast or what was it? Eggs, bacon, and sausage every morning for probably 10 people on average. The last night we had steaks and everybody brought their own steaks and everybody started barking orders about how they wanted their steaks. And I said, you know what? Grill's hot. Season your own steaks, throw them on there and cook them your own way. If you don't like the way they turned out, blame the cook. So I just left it at that. There was, I don't know, I think there was about 25 steaks to be cooked and everybody wanted something different. So this isn't Burger King. It's not your way. So I just said, here you go. You want the grill? The grill's hot. I waited towards the end to make my steaks and everybody was happy.
All right. I'm sure everybody wants to know, how do you like your steaks?
Me, I'm like a medium rare, medium, somewhere right in there. But I got everything from now. First of all, I hate cooking a Welsh steak. I think it's just criminal. But everything from rare. My buddy Jason, he likes his about, I don't know, 45, 50 seconds on each side and then hand it to him, which that's gross.
I like mine seared about 30 seconds on each side and still mooing. If it's not mooing, I don't want it.
Yeah, that's gross.
That's the best way. You guys, if you like rare steak, say something in the chat. How do you like your steaks? Definitely leave a comment in the chat. Let us know how you like your steaks. So who else do we have out here that would like to chat with us? Well, let's see. JP, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? You're our IT guy. You put all of our names in the spinning wheel, which reminds me, make sure you say hi to JP in the chat because we are going to spin the spinning wheel tonight. So if we don't have a bunch of people, you have a better chance of winning. JP, tell us a little bit about yourself and your paramotor experiences.
What's up, friends? I'm JP. Been flying about 2 years now. Trained with Predator PPG out near Dayton, Ohio. Dayton, Ohio is fondly known as the birthplace of aviation. I had an interesting conversation with a buddy about arguing that North Carolina was the birthplace of aviation. And fun fact, it is not. North Carolina was first in flight because that's where the Wright brothers took off from, but Wright brothers were born in Ohio, so that's why Ohio is the birthplace in North Carolina. If you look on the license plate, North Carolina says first in flight, and Ohio says birthplace of aviation. So it's like these two states arguing over bragging rights for the Wright brothers. But anyways, talk about a tangent. I like to fly paramotors. Love it, man. It's like the healthiest obsession I've ever had. It's saved my life, as a lot of people say. It's given me something to look forward to, something to stay healthy for, just something to be safe for. I feel better having gotten a flight in, early in the morning. Usually you can't drag me out of bed, but if there's a sunset flight, possible, then I'm there. So it's God, love flying. So yeah, that's my story.
Well, tell us about your 1.3 million views, your TikTok videos, your YouTube, your Instagram. Don't you have a bunch of paramotor stuff?
Oh yeah, I've always videotaped all my stuff, and I've got terabytes and terabytes hard drives, stacks of hard drives with all my flights. I know Brian does something similar. He doesn't fly without a recording of it. I don't know. I like to document stuff, and I've always posted pictures on Instagram. That seems good. And I recently got into TikTok. It's fun to just throw little 60-second clips together and throw some music on it and some sound effects, whatever. This last week, I just threw up a stupid nothing video of the cat slapping my family jewels, if you will, and racked up over 1 million views in like 30 hours, something like that. And it just completely blew away any other video that I've had previously. So
would you say that cat of yours was being testy?
little bit of testy, yeah.
Okay.
Which we recently had it neutered, or spayed, if you will. So I think it was back for a little bit of revenge. But yeah, I'm JP Tulo on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If you guys haven't looked me up yet, for check it out. Yeah, it's
He doesn't pay royalties though. If you take a video of him and post it, and it gets tons of hits, don't expect that back for
okay.
it. No,
Yes, Brian took an awesome video of me. That's my second most liked video on TikTok, where I'm hopping off the back of a trailer and flying off, which Brian did an awesome job filming. Brian, as soon as I get my first check, I'm gonna mail it right over to you. All right.
What about my
I
video?
hold my breath.
How's my video doing that you put on TikTok?
Which video was yours? Oh, you had a couple of them.
Oh, gee, I only gave you permission for one. Copyrights.
I gave credit on all of them. Yeah. That's all.
The one flying through the clouds or the fog.
Oh yeah, that's literally your video. That's not a video of me. That's literally, and in the description I said, everybody.
Hey
go
guys, I gotta jump in and say Mark McGorroy is in the chat, and Mark, I just found out like minutes ago about your dad, man, and praying for you, brother. Speedy recovery. I hope he's okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. So something like that. That's just it. You were just flying or hanging out with them at Suwanee, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was there. I just met his dad, his father at the fly-in, and yeah, he was a super cool dude.
And
No doubt.
it points out the fact. I have people tell me every day, I can't believe you do this. You're so crazy. You know, it's so dangerous what you do. And guys, life is dangerous. You can, drive down the road on your way home and die of whatever. You can get in a car accident. This flying thing has been a lifesaver for me. It made me live better. It's made, it just, the quality of life is increased for me tenfold, and made me more aware in every other aspect of my life. So
I would like to point out that the last time I saw Will fly, he was wearing the exact same shirt days ago.
No, it was inside out.
Well, that's all we need to do is just turn it inside out. We're guys. We know how that works.
But then you rotate front to back and you turn it inside out again.
Are we talking about shirts or underwear?
There are 3 holes, right? So I mean, we're 1, 2, 3. There's 4 holes. You figure it out.
Andy, support a good state.
if you can't prop it up against the wall yet, you've got a few more days left. So
You said prop it up. I like it. Good deal. Well, right now we are interviewing our all of our panel members that have been on ClearPropTV for a while, and we got a bunch of people that are jumping on. So we're actually going to be interviewing, looks like John Wayne, willflyppg.com, Brooke, that's ppgpirate.com. We also got the Pear Chick, and we got Paraswag USA that we'll chat with a little bit. Let's see. Let's go ahead and talk with ppgtommy.com. He hangs out with me over here in Arkansas. We go flying. We do a couple of XCs whenever we get the chance. Matter of fact, this last weekend we did a couple XCs. So, Tommy, tell us a little bit about your background in PPG and PG, because you do free flying too, and a little bit about yourself.
I grew up around aviation. My dad was a skydiver, so I grew up as a pack rat and always being around air sports. And whenever it came time to choose one of those hobbies, I decided paragliding was a little cheaper. You didn't have to pay a lift ticket or gas prices of a plane. So I got into free flight first and realized if I wanted seat time, I really needed to get a motor. And that was 4 years ago now. I started free flight, and then 2 years ago I got a motor and started flying with Sean. So my average flight time right off the bat was 2 hours. I don't think I've had maybe 1 or 2 30-minute flights. I've still got tons of stuff I want to do. I've gone on a lot of XCs. I still haven't done a lot of high altitude flying. I'd like to get some calmer days this summer and just really I've got a long list. I've got a very long list. So one of them being a place I told Sean about not that long ago called Dinosaur World. Tons of ginormous statues of dinosaurs we can fly around. So yeah.
Well, thank you very much. And how can we get to your social media?
PPG Tommy on Instagram and on YouTube, or www.ppgtommy.com.
Sounds awesome. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you appreciate you being on here, and you join us every week. Not because we pay you, because it's fun. It's fun to just hang out and talk with friends. Let's see. So we got Brian, we got the Shane, we got the JP, we got the Tommy, and we also have the Linda Anderson. Linda Anderson, she's our cheerleader. You also have somebody very famous that does some podcasting talk of some sort too. Maybe not as famous as us, but where can we go to find him? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm just like the PR gal here, Paramount USA. And I love watching everybody's videos, and I learn so much watching everything. And I've been learning like for the last 2 years, I've been learning all the lingo and, when you guys talk about these different things, and I'm always like, I know what that is. And just following all the videos on Facebook and, hitting those likes on those videos and everything, and just encouraging you guys. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. And the whole reason why you're on here is because you are not flying, and you are trying to keep us from getting too technical. So if we start saying words that you don't understand, your job is to say, hey, what does that mean?
That's right. Yeah. And I will. I'll say, what are you guys talking about? And then you'll tell me, well, this is this,
Yeah. So what does LZ mean? What does LZ mean?
Yeah. Landing zone.
See, you're so awesome. You've learned so much. And
I have. I was very proud of myself when I figured what that was. I was like, oh, I got this now. And I would literally write things down. You guys would say, talk about things, and I'd be like, what's that? And then I had a list, and I would write down all the lingo so I could learn it. And yeah. And I watched Parachick today. I watched a video of her kiting.
Congratulations.
So I watch you guys, and I always get excited, see all the videos and everything. And I find, like, when I get on Instagram, I look for Robert for his, pictures, and then I put it on my,
Wait a minute, Robert, who's Robert? And is there a .com associated with him?
From paraglidingtalk.com. He's awesome. Yeah. And I watch some of his videos, and then I look for him on Instagram, and then I find pictures that he has, or videos, and then I kind of, take the picture of it, and I save it, and then I put it on for my home screen on my computer.
So you're just not a mom to Robert, you're a mom to all of us. And that's why you're ParamontUSA.com. If anybody wants to be on the show, definitely get up with Linda Anderson. You can find her at ParamontUSA.com. So
that's right.
Thank you.
We got several people in the chat talking about how Miss Linda needs a tandem ride.
I
concur. I happen to know a pirate that can take you up. He has a tandem certification now. Congratulations. Yeah. If you're ever over in North Carolina, well, surely we can find you somebody closer. You're in Michigan now, right?
Yeah. So the PPG flyers and my Michigan guys, yeah.
I know a crazy paramotor pilot that tandem certification. If you're in Ohio, I'm sure he would hook it up.
I'm telling you,
barrel rolls are mandatory.
Yeah.
I got to message Doug Martin and tell him he needs to come back here on the show and tell us, talk to us about his flying. He's starting to fly again. He started flying again. I've been following his videos, and I want him, I'm going to have to bug him and say, hey, you need to come back, where did you go, dude? We want you to come on the show, and just talk about,
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah,
but he's doing
because
really good.
he had his paramotor incident
That
last
was a year ago.
last year on Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day it already went by, so it's been over a year, so we definitely need him back on for sure.
Yeah,
And
he's
Linda,
kind of shy in a way, but yet, I'll get him back on here. I just got to encourage him and say, hey, come on.
What is it, Chef? Breathe, Chef, and tell us what you're laughing about.
Uh-oh, what's happening?
Who you're laughing at?
Oh man, I sent a text to Jade, who just ran off screen to hopefully get a hairbrush. That stuff looks wild tonight.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Since we do have Eric and Jade. Eric, go ahead and unmute yourself. We're going to go ahead and chat with you guys for just a moment. A new addition to our para family, ClearPropTV family, is Eric and Jade. They are in the background. They're helping moderate this podcast. And so I guess, Eric and Jade, tell us a little bit about yourself and your paramotor experiences.
Well, so we started almost a year ago with training. We both graduated last fall, and I do foot launch and trike. Jade does trike, and just enjoy hanging out here. We've learned so much just watching these shows, and it definitely is a pleasure to be part of this and to be part of all with you guys.
And Paramotor Girl?
Ditto.
Mark McElroy just asked, will the entire panel be at Moonshiners? I will be at Moonshiners. How about the rest of you guys?
I will.
Yes.
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 Wouldn't it be easier to say who's not going to be at the?
Okay, yeah, that's good. So who's not going to make it?
This guy.
What?
JP.
Come on, JP.
No excuses. Come on, man.
How far away is it?
It's Mountain City, Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like
I mean-
8 hours.
What's the date?
October? No,
August.
August.
Mid-August.
August 4th to August 8th.
We can make that happen. Remind me later on. Remind me when.
Hey,
I can-
we're driving right by. We're driving right by you. We'll pick you up. We'll throw you in the back.
No, we
Sounds
won't.
good. Sounds good.
And,
No,
and
I mean,
we
we'll
won't.
fly you to the back.
and Tommy, you can ride with me. So there's really no excuse. You got to come. I'm even getting my wife to make it to the fly-in. If I can get Robbie to make it, she don't like driving, she don't like riding, and she don't like paramotors. Come on, you got to go.
Real
I
quick.
have a joke.
Quick
I have a
question.
joke, but it's too early.
That's
Too
too early.
soon. Go
Hey,
ahead.
JP.
I got a question from the chat.
Yes.
Chris Thomas wants to know, if you had to crash, would you rather crash into 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Say that one more
Great
time.
question.
If you had to crash, would you rather crash into 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? No.
Well, I definitely don't know, but I see Tommy Mosley has donated in the chat. We thank you,
What?
Tommy. And Mark McElroy from ParalifePPG.com. If you haven't gone there yet, go to ParalifePPG.com. Check out his merch. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you.
Yep. Tommy and Mark donate. How about that? Appreciate it, guys.
So
So I'm gonna go with the 100 horse or duck size horse. I go with the small
Yeah.
ones, like bowling pins. We'll
You
spread
might
them.
get trampled. You might get trampled.
But the horses, even though they're duck size, they have more density to them compared to a duck. There's less density and more feathers, so it might be less.
You might just
But
bounce right off the big one.
or how about going in, landing on him, and taking a ride on the horse? There you
We're
go.
talking about 100 Chihuahua size horses here, man. We're good.
Or the
But
big
there's
horse.
still more muscle. They're more dense. You have to think about, Newton's laws of motion, everything. force equals mass times acceleration.
He's a
So
scientific
more
guy.
fast
That's
does
exactly
that.
what I was calculating in my head when I saw that hay bale coming. F equals
Who
ma.
the hell, who the hell asked that question? They sent us on a tangent. This could go on for hours. Whoever this is
go
That's a
very
good question. I
intelligent.
like it.
Well, I have another question.
All right.
This one for Amy. This one for Amy. Was Mark fishing with a net before the show? Because apparently he threw his net on you. What's up with that shirt?
No, my mother gave me this shirt a few years back, and I just wore it to run errands today and take Champ to the vet. And he came home from work and said this happens to be one of his favorite shirts, but I just threw it on because it was easy.
Yeah, it is. What?
What?
Oh, shout out to Chris Thomas in the chat. $20.
Damn it. Thank you very, very much,
That's
Chris.
who asked that question.
Great answers. All right. Well, if we're going to get $20 for great answers, we need to do better.
Oh my goodness. I'm already in tears. Oh, JP, you forgetting that microphone is on. It's just, where's your girlfriend at?
She's hiding.
Uh-oh.
This is her microphone.
All right. So if you guys are listening to this on your favorite podcasting app, make sure you go over to ClearPropTV.com. Check out the video version so you can actually see what we are talking about. Eric and Jade, is there anything else that you guys want to say before we move on to the next peep? Eric and Jade, you're on mute. Eric and Jade, unmute.
I'm here.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, tell us a little bit about those cool stickers that you make and flying flamingo. What is a flying flamingo? And
I wanted to mention something before we started. This weekend, this morning I made a mask for myself again, a personalized. I needed to update, and I used your logo and I changed the color a little bit. So I also made some yard signs or yard flags. I made with my logo that I made. And we put our YouTube names on there. So if you're friends with me on Facebook, you can go to Tomahawk Tees and let me know if you're interested in anything. And I'm hoping to bring down like either masks or even like paramotor socks or something like that down to some of the fly-ins.
wait a minute. Are you saying that you actually create those flags?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yep, I designed that.
Oh, the wheels are turning. I can see the smoke coming out from Sean's ears.
So you're saying that I don't need to find these companies in China. I can just
need that little butt fan for Eric on the Wile E. Coyote.
Keep it in the community, Sean.
Yep.
John Wayne for $20 in the super chat.
John Wayne.
John Wayne, he thank you. We appreciate you, but aren't you actually here on the panel too?
I think you'll see him. He was earlier. Hey, John, did you come to Swanee, man? Because I heard you were coming and I rode my one wheel down and back 50 times. And I never saw you. But I guess he's in the chat. He can answer that.
Well, we definitely need to talk, Eric and Jade, later on for sure. Let's move on over to Brooke real quick. Brooke is another new member of ClearPropTV family. He decided that after he donated a bill and he got his own ppgpirate.com, he wanted to join us and actually chat with us and talk to us about paramotors. So Brooke, tell us a little bit about yourself and your paramotoring experience.
Yeah, I go by PPG Pirate. I was lucky enough to train at Aviator PPG about a little over a year ago, year and a month. And so I was given the Pirate name there. And so I'm keeping that and rolling with it. In the last year, I've gotten about 230 some hours of flight. I'm currently flying trike and I'm flying foot launch. I've also got my tandem certification. I've been through an SIV with Brian and some others, and I'm taking some free flight classes here with Shane Perico, who's a known paraglider. And so I basically spent the last year totally addicted and indulged in flight. I fly 3 to 4 times a week at least. Average flights are an hour plus. I'm really into adventure flying. I like long cross countries. Not afraid of the rain, the snow, or the sleet. And in general, as you can see behind me, I'm a cannabis farmer by the daytime, and I'm a pilot in the early mornings and the evening. And that's who I am. I'm the pirate from North Carolina, and I'm stoked to be here with you guys and had the pleasure to fly with some of you, and look forward to meeting more of you at Moonshiners.
And not only that, but he also was a guest earlier on our show, and he was very gracious enough to donate a bunch of CBD oil that he makes with his company to us. So we appreciate that. I enjoy it. It really helps with the pain. It's really amazing. Actually, on episode 58, he was a winner. He won a strobe from faroutstrobes.com. Did you get that strobe yet?
I did, and I think I also won on episode 57. And I'm waiting on that strobe.
I think you only get one strobe, so we'll probably send you something else.
Okay.
I know.
Hey,
I
if you
know. I
keep
never
winning-
got any CBD oil. Just so you know.
I haven't either. I haven't gotten any of that. And if you
If
keep
you haven't
winning,
gotten
we're gonna call you
anything,
Jay.
message me your address again. I'll make sure you get something.
So let's go over real quick, because we do give away a lot of stuff, and we totally appreciate everyone that has donated stuff to the show for us to give away, plus all your donations that you donate in the super chat. Not only do you get extra chances when we spin the wheel, but you also help us buy these really cool things. And one of the things that we're doing is we're making custom flags. And I guess I can show you real quick the custom flags. I showed you guys this before we went live. So let me show you. This is one of our custom flags that we have created. The ClearPropTV custom flag, which is really awesome. And we're going to be giving those away pretty soon. Matter of fact, all the people that have won custom flags, that's one of the flags that you guys are probably going to get here. Episode 56 winners: Shannon Brooke, Mark McElroy, Mark George, Will Fly. You all get flags that we're going to be making. We haven't created them yet. We're still getting everything ready and getting them produced. In episode 57, we had Kent Stamey. He won a flag. That was a bonus round. Scott Shamka, Shannon Brooks got the gloves, mainly Paramotors. Got the paramotordude.com, Paramotor NC. Walter got a shirt, and Tyler Vowell's got a strobe. So it's actually Tyler Vowell in episode 57 that got a strobe. Episode 58, Adam Giles won a flag. PPG Pirate won a strobe. Mark H won a flag. Episode 59, Tyler Vowells won again from PPG Smoke, and I think got the float. So we're giving away a bunch of stuff, and we really appreciate you guys helping us out with donations in the chat. I know that we don't have a lot of people right now because we didn't advertise this particular episode. We don't have a guest, but we really want to just, emphasize people that are here on the panel and emphasize the people that are really helping us put this together. And we really appreciate you. So thank you very much, Brooke. We also got WillFlyPPG.com. He used to go by Will Fly. Now he goes by WillFlyPPG.com. I don't know why. But if you unmute yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself. And why are you going by willflyppg.com?
Well, I've been flying for a little over a year now. Just hit the 300 flight mark tonight. So I was
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was hoping to do it at the fly-in, but it just wasn't that important. What was important is, hanging out with like-minded people and having a good time. Except Shane, that was kind of a problem dealing with him.
I was gonna say then I showed up and ruined all of that.
No, I mean, just had a great time at that flying, and yeah, thank you, Shane. And gosh, Brian, man, I went outside this morning and I looked all over for the Waller Holler for my cup of coffee, and it was not there. Man, oh man.
Yeah, sorry to let you down, man.
Yeah.
Holler. I like that.
We had a lot of fun. We had my camper lined up. Will was there. Shane was there, set up with his toy hauler and whatnot. Nick from Bad Apples was there. We had our own little corner spot, corned off, and man, good times. We ate good. We flew every day, and you just can't. I don't know. Have a better group of people, man. I can't wait to the next Moonshiners, and Bad Apples is the next one, I guess.
Yeah.
So I want to go to them all.
I do too. I really do. The only one that I'll be able to go to is Moonshiners. So let's see if we can all go to Moonshiners.
Hey.
Yes.
Dave
Yep.
Purdens. September, I think.
September. It's like the first week of September, I believe. I will be there.
Get there. I'm personally inviting every single one of you on the panel, in the chat, listening on the podcast. Everyone, come out to Dave Purdens. It was so awesome last year. It's right on the Ohio River. It's there's an RC field there, and every morning the fog collects over the river. I've got the most amazing photographs and video from this single fly-in, and from what I hear, it's like that every morning. Just about getting the fog collecting over the river and going up. You can actually, the LZ is far enough away so that you can launch and still be legal to fly next to the clouds, it looks like. And it was such a good time last year. I'm looking really forward to it. They just advertised that the dates and everything, and it's going to happen. And it's the best thing is that it's like an hour and a half away from me. So
Do you have the link that you can show us real quick?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. But Dave,
I will tell you. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, I've talked way too much. You go ahead, Shane.
No, I was just going to say Dave Purdens. I was just going to say Dave Purdens is by far my favorite flying I've been to. The sceneries, the rolling hills, what here in Florida I would call mountains. It's just absolutely gorgeous there. And I've seen probably the biggest buck of my life there flying over. It's just amazing. It's the place is gorgeous. I can't wait.
The best stuff that Ohio has. It's and I got a flight that was my first flight with Shane. We had an awesome flight there. I got some awesome pictures of him. It's good.
Yeah, I got to meet him at the Swanee fly-in this weekend. Him and his wife and Dave Purdens. He just super nice dude. I talked to him for about 20 minutes about flying and stuff. And
Are you guys seeing this?
Yeah, we got you. But he invited us to come, just like JP said.
Can you post that link in the chat real quick?
Yeah. It's Dave Purdens 22nd annual fly-in, September 3rd through 8th. No, September 3rd at 8 a.m. through September 6th, 8 p.m. So it's like a 3-day thing, Friday through 3, 4. It's like a 5-day thing. My math isn't on.
Can you tell me the dates real quick? September what?
September 3rd through September 6th. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
is there a cost to it?
I think it's like $50. Typical fly-in.
50?
I could be wrong. I believe that's what it was last year. It just goes towards porta potties and cleanup and insurance, whatever have you. I don't see costs right now. You guys can see this.
Free. It says price free right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably for people visiting. It's probably not for flyers. That's how it is usually. A lot of flyers.
Yeah, it does say that, but if somewhere else it says that it's not free.
Yeah, it's here. I'm reading it on the PPG zone. It says $40 per pilot when pre-registered, or $50 of the day of the event.
Yeah, that sounds right.
JP, there's a question by David Wolf in the chat. It says, can you tell us about being the first one up Saturday morning at Dave Purdens this past year?
That's true. That was me, and I believe David Wolf has a video of it on because I brought my drone and I was flying it, scoping out because it was thick fog first thing in the morning, thick fog, and I took my drone up and got up above it, and you could see that once you pop up above it, it was perfectly clear, and it's just an ocean of fog right over the Ohio River, and it was the most picturesque, like words cannot describe it. Video does not do it justice. it was just like a river of fog right over the Ohio River, and you could just pop up, fly along it. It was great. It was great. David was there. Yeah. Allie was there. Sean was there. Predator Paramotor's there. Brandon McLeod's there. Just all the big names. It's awesome. So if you can make the date, guys, it's a great fly-in, and it's central to wherever you're at. It's not too far.
And
Florida.
where'd you say it was located?
It's Portsmouth, Ohio, which is right on the Ohio-Kentucky border.
Yeah, I may actually miss that one, man.
Dang it, Brian! You're not passing the vibe check.
I would love to be able to go, depending on how things.
Dang it, Sean!
I might. I mean, I know I'm going to Moonshiners, and that's August.
As you're killing the mood here.
So September is the next month, so it's very possible, but I'm not promising. But I am promising Moonshiners.
All right.
Was there anything else that you were going to say, Mr. WillFlyPPG.com?
Yeah, a couple of things. First, JP, I'm from North Carolina. My whole family's from Ohio.
Here we go. You got something to say about the Wright brothers?
Yeah, I gotta represent North Carolina, right? I mean, come on.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Everyone knows that, man. It's even on our license plates, and it's been that way for like a lot longer. First I ever heard about anything with aviation in Ohio. No, anyways.
That's cold.
No, listen, I'm going to go to Dave Purton's flying for sure, because I'm going to go up and visit my family, afterwards. So I'm looking forward to that. But Shane, where'd Shane go? Here he is. Did you tell everybody about you becoming a new member of the Mile High Club?
No, I did not. Not on the panel.
Boy, that's my boy.
I finally manned up.
We're so proud of you.
And I will tell you, it's been a Achilles heel. Yes.
PPG.
Yes. It's been a Achilles heel for me. I've wanted to do it so much, so long, and nothing ever worked out. The first time I went to do it, I got the 3800, and it was the first time flying at the airport, and I got freaked out. The plane was going to come in behind me, so I aborted. And I don't know, this flying, I decided to do it. I tried to back out 16 times before I took off, and twice in the air. And I just kept the throttle hammered, and I made it. It wasn't, it was scary, but it wasn't the end of the world.
What'd you do when you got up there?
What's that?
What did you do when you got up there?
Oh, I turned the motor off. Apparently, bad mistake.
And then
it never.
All I know is we're not supposed to cross a runway, and I look over there, and here comes Shane. It's like, what's he doing? He knows better than that.
Oh yeah, but my motor would not restart. I couldn't reach the primer, and I seen everybody's wings right on the taxiway. So you got the runway, the taxiway, and all the wings set up running towards the campers. So I go, oh, that's where the wind's coming from. Great. So no choice but to cross the runway and just land just past the taxiway and run it almost to the campers.
Well, as long as you have that on video, that's all that counts. Now, at Moonshiners, they got a NOTAM, and we can fly up to 16,000 feet. And that's something I would like for us all to do, is to go up to 16,000 feet at Moonshiners. Who's all in?
You'll be by yourself.
Oh, come on. Jay said, yeah. You're going to let a girl say, I'm going to go up to 16 and I'm just going to stay down here? Come on.
Perfectly fine with it. My manhood. Hey, I know what kind of man I am, and I ain't worried about it. I'm all good.
Hey, Shane, was it cold at 6,000 feet?
Yeah, I think I left the ground in a sweatshirt and shorts, and it was like 82 degrees, and I was sweating to death before I launched. And I think it got down to 40 or 41 when I got up there. I was just
when it was like 100 degrees on the ground. When I got up to a little over 5,000 feet, my hands were getting numb. So I know I'm going to have to wear all sorts of warm weather gear when we go to the Moonshiners to get up to 16.
There's a little side story to the story, and I think Will Fly has it.
Oh yeah, Will?
Yeah, he went up with them, and they're on different motors and had a slightly different experience. I'll let him tell it.
Yeah, well, it's a slightly different experience. Yeah, Shane just left me in the dust. But I had mashed my throttle on my Atom 80 for 45 straight minutes. And the highest I could freaking go was 4,950 feet. That was the ceiling. It didn't matter, how long I did it and which direction I turned. That was it, so that's why I'm shaking my head at your 16,000. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to do it. And yeah, it was cold up there. I had freaking chill bumps the size of golf balls on my legs wearing shorts.
What size wing you on and what engine? Well,
23 and an Atom 80.
A what 3?
A 23 Macpara, Colorado, and an Atom 80.
Atom 80.
And what is your all up real quick?
Your all up weight?
150.
150. Okay.
That's your all up weight? That's you and the motor?
Oh, no. All up. No. So what? 50, 60, I don't know, what,
30?
Something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, 60 pounds with all the gear and everything. I didn't have a whole lot of fuel on there. In there, I don't think. So I kind of made up my mind that I'm gonna get a Moster.
Stepping up to the big boys.
Get a Moster and let's go up to 16 over at the
I think it's time.
David Wolf has some experience on starting out on the Atom 80, and I think he made that switch as well, just because the climb rate was there, like what you're talking about.
I got my Atom up over 5,000 once, but I had to lean it out before I took off.
So yeah, you got to compensate.
Did you actually hit the mile high? Did you get it?
I got close. I got over 5,000 is all I know.
How high did you end up getting, Shane?
It was 53 something. 53.65, I think.
Look, he got the mile. He got it. Because I think a mile is what, 260?
It's 52.80.
52.80?
Hey,
Yeah,
so how many feet are in a mile?
Okay.
1 mile is 5,280 feet.
Well, there we go. Thank you.
Did you really just Google how many feet were in a mile? Oh, man. Y'all got an argument going between North Carolina and Ohio. Yeah. As far as the origination of flight. That's good. I like it. It's clean.
I think the best part is they're getting their facts off of what is written on a license plate.
Well,
hey, it's in print. It must be true.
Well, guys, all you got to do is download the Zoom app, and I put the link in the Zoom chat. Please join us and chat with us. I mean, this is your show, guys, so jump on and talk with us. Will, was there anything else that you wanted to say before we move on to the next?
I think that's it.
Real quick, we got some great questions in the chat about
Go ahead.
worrying about going up that high, with asphyxiation.
Yeah, that's right.
What's it called?
Hypoxia.
Yeah. Resurgence PPG in the chat, by the way. What's up, Todd?
Todd, peace.
Saying, is there a plan for supplemental oxygen above 10,000? Other people are asking about pulse oximeters to measure the oxygen in your blood, which is a really good idea. I've heard of other people doing that little device you wear on your finger. I think
it's something that we could definitely do is wear a pulse ox. And, once we get up to 10, depending on our climb rate, getting up from 10 to 16 and get back down quick, I think that will be all right without supplemental oxygen. What do y'all think? In the panel and people out there that are in the chat, what do you think? I mean, how much time can you be above 10,000?
I personally went to 14,000 once, and
who did?
I did, JP.
Uh-huh.
And it was extremely cold, and going back and I watched the video afterwards, which I'm surprised worked because usually GoPros take a dump when it gets really cold or really hot, but there was actually footage of it, and I was trying to narrate kind of, and my sentences weren't making any sense and stuff, and I felt fine and I felt, kind of good at the time, like laughing and stuff. And I go back and I look at it now and I couldn't say, I was looking at my phone reading it and I was like, I'm at 1,500, 1,500, and I couldn't say 15,000. And I know the difference between 15,000 and 1,500. And I think it was a mix of hypoxia and hypothermia, just being so cold. And the longer you are up there, the longer you are, the higher you are, the faster the effects set in. So, yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind. It's potentially dangerous, but if you get up, you don't want to hang out up there. Get up there and down.
Right. So Todd's in the chat and he's asking them, about the supplemental oxygen plan. He says part FAR 105 has requirements for oxygen above 10,000 feet for skydivers. I'm not 100% certain if
that's interesting. And FAR 103
to paramotor pilots. I would assume it probably does. But
well, all FAR 103 does is it limits us to 18,000. I don't think
right. We don't have anything that requires us to have oxygen. Look at all the people that have already gone up. I mean, Tucker went up. Who else went up?
Kylo went up, but he did have supplemental oxygen. He split it between his motor and his nose.
Are you seriously considering going to 16,000 feet of this flying?
I would love to because, I mean, I've only been up a little over a mile and we have a NOTAM all the way up to 16,000. So I would like to see how high, if I can get up to 10,000, I'll be happy because that's a pretty good mark. If I don't get anything, if I don't get higher than 10,000, I'll be fine. But, to have a goal of 16 sounds cool. And, get up to 10,000 is.
What you going to do when you get up there? You going to kill the engine, glide forever?
Probably get up there and say, wow, I made it to 16,000, pull big ears and get down as quickly as possible.
Go do a full stall from 16,000 feet, see how quickly you get down to.
No, probably just big ears.
What about horseshoe?
Maybe on the Roadster, but not on the
Yeah.
not on my other one, which I need to send in because I found a big gash in one of the lines. So I'm gonna have to send that in and get that fixed. I'm not sure what else.
The sheathing?
Yeah, the sheathing's
Oh,
gone.
it's fine. Just fly it.
Yeah, I did actually, but then I found the line inside is a little bit frayed. So as I was flying, I could see the frame going boop, boop. I'm like, I'm gonna get down and use the Roadster.
Tink. Yeah, that's what led to my little failure.
Yeah, tell us real quick. JP's the only guy I know that actually has thrown the laundry without being in an SIV course that actually needed to throw the laundry. Please tell us real quick. What happened? Please.
I was flying, just kind of screwing around. Luckily I had good training and I wasn't screwing around close to the ground. I started out at 3,000 feet, which is what they say to do because it gives you time to sort stuff out. And I was just doing like not a not very steep spiral, just kind of, and it loaded up my right side, and I had chopped a line at one point and repaired it. And when I had loaded it up at the highest point, it just went tink, and you can see the entire riser flinch. It tinks, and it kind of throws me into like a half barrel roll on a solid A wing. It's actually this wing behind me here on a Pegasus too, which probably saved my life because it's so freaking stable. And I was almost over top of it, and it didn't even care. It righted itself back up, but anyways, it threw me into a spiral in the other direction, and I couldn't pull out of it for nothing because the whole one side of my wing was flapping over here, and it didn't matter how much brake I was pulling. In hindsight, had I had an SIV, maybe do a full stall or a C line stall, B stall, something. I did run out of ideas at one point, and I'm yanking on my brakes trying to pull out. Nothing worked, and I got down around 1,000 feet, and I was just like, it's time. You hear stories about people that ride it all the way into the ground, and I never wanted to be the guy that threw because it's embarrassing. It's the whole process of sending it out to get repacked, and you risk damage to your gear. You always you never want to throw it because the sink rate is something like 5 or 6 meters per second, and that's not a soft landing. But I did it and I came down and it saved my life. So that's what we train for. That's why it's there. You know, I didn't go out there with the expectation that I could do whatever I want, and the reserve will save me, but it was there for a failure that I had, and it got me out of trouble. And you know, that's
And
what the
that's
equipment's there for, and that's what we train for. So
that's why you have a reserve. Absolutely. Anybody have any questions about JP and his experience? Please put it in the chat. Until then, Eric at paramotorco.com has a question that Jim Furman said in the chat. Can you go ahead and relay that question, please, Eric?
Let's see. It was about the differences between the Charger and the Colorado. What's the difference? He is flying an Ozone now. He's looking for another wing.
Is he directing that to somebody in the panel or just asking a question in general?
I think he was just asking in general. Somebody did answer him that the Colorado is basically the Charger on steroids.
Okay.
I can answer that from, personally. When I started out, I had a Charger, and a Charger's a great wing. It's easy to launch, but I had a heck of a time landing it. And, I had to shorten my brakes, and that helped somewhat. But it was a real stable wing. I thoroughly enjoyed flying it, and I have no problems recommending that. When I switched to the Colorado, which I love the steering on the Colorado, it's just amazing. It was kind of opposite for me. It was harder for me to launch it, but man, the flare on that thing, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was much easier to land. So that could be due to my own personal technique or whatever. That's what I've noticed.
Please join us on Zoom. I'm posting the link again. We want you to jump on here to tell us about, all your experiences with paramotors. I mean, this is the time to be on here, to talk with us, tell your story. It's going to be not only live here, but forever embedded on YouTube and our paratalk.org audio. So please jump on and tell us your experiences here. We are still going through everybody and we're still talking to everybody. So let's see, we got everybody on the panel, and now, well, let's see, the parachick.com and paraswag.com, they're gone. Well, poopy farts. All right, John Wayne, you are on like all of the podcasts. I mean, all the podcasts I go to, I see John Wayne in the chat. So tell us a little bit about yourself, John Wayne, and your experiences with paramotoring.
Well, I guess you can hear me. I took up paramotoring a little over a year ago, and that's pretty much it. I've just been flying every flyable day, and I don't have anything exciting to tell you. I was flying tonight when I noticed that you were on.
Oh, well, that's good. So did you actually land to watch the show?
Well, I had to land anyway.
The answer is yes.
The answer is always yes. I landed to watch the show.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to tell us about yourself or about your paramotor experiences, or any cool experiences that you've ever had doing this? Because you've been flying for how long now?
About 14 months.
Okay. Any cool experiences you want to talk to us about?
No, not really. I'm just like all the rest of you. Things happen. I don't consider any of them too exciting.
Well, we appreciate you jumping on here, and we know that you are on all of the chats all the time. Ben, I see that you popped on here. We're glad that you joined us. Tell us a little bit about yourself, any paramotor experiences that you want to talk about. You have the floor, sir.
Sure. Let me know if the audio is not good. And I'm a relatively new pilot. I've been flying for about a year, but before I tell you about me, let me just say I hung out with a bunch of these guys this past weekend at Sewanee. We had a great time. These are some great people, and I think our community is filled with really generous and thoughtful people. So I loved spending time, and I'm obsessed with paramotors, right? I, just like all of you, I was bitten by that bug, and my family and my neighbors don't want to hear about it anymore. So it's great to be around people who are really interested in the same way I am. So good time. But I trained right here in North Carolina about a year ago, and I'm kind of doing everything at my own pace. So 82 flights in, and just slowly progressing. I'm pretty much a straight and level flyer at the moment, but I'm working through my progression. New wing a couple months ago. JP?
Yeah, I question for Ben. Who is your favorite paramotoring? What is that echo?
I hear a bunch of echoes. Somebody's echoing really bad. So
Stop
JP,
sharing.
what'd you say, JP?
Ben, who's your favorite TikToker?
JP Google. I see him on there every day.
Every day.
Who's your favorite TikToker?
Wanted to verify.
AP's the reason I will not download the app.
Oh,
just
get
so
the
you know.
heck out of here. Ben's on there.
What's
Paramotor
TikTok?
MC. What's TikTok? You're kidding me. Oh, you people make me sick.
I think I played a little bit around TikTok, but definitely never got 1.3 million views in a day or two. Obviously, I might need to look at TikTok for a minute.
Hey, I just like to say, Ben, man, it was awesome seeing you again at the fly-in, getting to fly with you again. Yeah, he was there, and me, Ben, and Shane got to do some low leveling near the airport there, and it was just awesome. I was right above Skinny Chef, and then Ben came and joined us, and we had a really good flight, man. No doubt.
We had some great weather, and I got up, 4 times in 2 days, and all nice long flights, and that goes a long way for a newer pilot to get that much flying in. That might have taken me 4 weeks at home. It was great.
So what is your average flight time, and what did you do over at the fly-in, and what was the difference?
So I think, I like to fly for about 45 or 50 minutes. And if you average in some of those times you come down early, it ends up being an average of about 30 minutes. But those flights were approaching an hour and a half, at least the first 3 of them were.
Ben, can I ask you a question? Was there one particular field that you found or was shown that you just couldn't find yourself leaving?
It's true, man. I was flying with these guys in, first of all, if you fly around there in Live Oak, there are a lot of pine plantation, there are cattle farms, and then there are other agricultural fields. But there are so many fields that you can dip down into, and they're just stunning. I mean, the scenery is amazing. You have these old live oak trees dripping with Spanish moss, and you can just fly in circles around those trees, and it's majestic. So, I mean, I didn't want to leave. It was fantastic.
Yeah, there was 3 of us flying, and I turned around and I started doing circles looking for Ben. I'm like, where did he go? And then my buddy's like, oh, he turned around and went back to that same field we just left. And I was like, oh, okay. Guess he was just having fun over there. But yeah, it's that was a great place to fly.
At Suwannee, we did a little cross country, and I found this awesome hill that I was doing touch and goes off of, and I realized every time I was landing that there was this hideous, terrible smell, and this hill was apparently at the dump for that.
It was a landfill. Yeah, I flew around it too. It was cool.
I mean, it's still cool, but it stinked like all.
Yeah, if you go if you go to that, which is just a couple miles east of the runway, I think. If you look like 10 miles further to the east, there's like these huge sand dunes or whatever. I wanted to go to it, but I never did quite make it, man.
Might have to check that out.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, there was a question in the chat about shortening brake lines. So I got a new Spider 3, and I'm having a hard time with enough flare. And I test flew a Spider 3 at Aviator when I was down there last Thanksgiving. It was one of their wings. They'd already potentially made adjustments to the brake lines on it. The first time I flared way too much. I ballooned, And then the next 5 flares on their wings, I just nailed it. I was like, I understand how people make 1-2 step landings now. So I ordered my new spider wing, and every time I fly on it, I have not had the same flare. And according to different people, I talked to Judson. He's like, every new wing they get there, they shorten the brake lines 4 inches right from the factory. What's your experience with that? New wings?
Are you asking someone particular or just the panel?
The panel, the whole panel.
I saw I was watching your video today, Brian, and I heard you say that, talking about the flare and how you had to be careful. Something I noticed early on was that flares depend on conditions too. Depending on how much you pull depends on your headwind and pressure and all that crap, and it's hard to it's a feeling that you get over time, and it might have to do with just flying in different conditions. But I have heard that as well, that typically they do go with shortening the new ozone wings, because there's a sweet there. They try and target to be able to the wing to be good for high hang point and low hang point machines. So I think they just go on the safe side by making it longer, better than risking a stall if you have it too short. So it's kind of a safety thing, but it'd be no big deal you could tie like a little knot in it to take 2 or 3 inches out, see how you like it, and just release the knot if you don't like it. It's your brake lines, there's not a lot of weight on that anyways. It's not a loaded line per se. So that's something you might want to do before you completely untie and retie.
Be
and go that
careful
route.
with that too, because as you let your trims out,
yep,
your brakes go up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you let your trims out and you have your brakes too short, it's very possible as you let them out, now your brakes are engaged. So if you're going to, so if you're going to be messing around with your brake lines, please do it with somebody that understands the brakes, understands your wing, probably a professional. Ask your instructor or somebody that knows more about that, please, before you start.
And you can always kite it after you make adjustments too. That's what you should be doing
make small adjustments. And one of the good pieces of advice I've heard a lot of people say, and it was just in the chat, is just take a wrap. Take a wrap on your wrist wrap on the brake lines, and take up a little bit of extra slack on landings.
That's more difficult when you've got a throttle in your hand. That's easy for free flight.
I take a wrap every time that I come in. I just wrap it around once and I come in, and that way I have more flare authority. Even if I bring it down to here and I'm fine, it's great. But if I need more, I can go all the way down here and stop and land on a dime.
I believe it's as simple as getting used to it. It's like holding that throttle in your hand, but I've never done it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but be very careful when you are changing the length of any of your lines. There are a lot of instructors that have been in this field for a very long time. So please get up with someone that has done this and knows more about this. Once you start messing with the brake lines, you could get yourself into some trouble. So,
yeah, it's my impression that you need to adjust them to where if you're flying the wing, let the trims all the way out, and then you pull on your brake line and you see how much slack you have then. But you also need to check it with your speed bar. And to do that, you have to do it with a hang test. So a lot of people just kind of approach it, a little bit at a time until they get there. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I've gathered over the years talking to people.
Yeah, definitely be careful.
The dudek wings are the same way. They're all long. And I know that Kyle takes 4 inches out of them before he ever uses them.
Yeah, Aviator takes 4 inches out of the ozone wings before they put them into class.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind,
my new wing, they were long.
Mm-hmm. But
but I like mine long. I don't have to hold my arms up so high.
I agree. And if I need to, I can take a wrap. But if I don't need to, I have the length. And, letting the trims out in speed bar, that brings the brakes way up there. So,
well, and there's other equipment out there too. Most of us are flying low hang point machines where your carabiners are right around, stomach level or something like that. But there's a lot of machines out there that the flat top. Where's the Angel at, Sean? Are your carabiners up here?
The Angel is like, if you're sitting down in a chair, just imagine that your chair arms is where you hook in.
Okay, so that's relatively low too then. But I know there's a lot of the older stuff had high hang point stuff, and that's when you had to be, worried about riser twists and stuff because they're closer together, higher up. But that technology has mostly been outdated. But yeah, that's why the wings come with the option of being able to lengthen them, and better long than short in a lot of cases, not all, but yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm coming in too fast, and I flew the exact same wing, I tried 6 times and it flared really good. I noticed how good of a flare it was, and then I buy a brand new wing, and I never get the same flare out of it, and I have a lot
That's
of
the other
slack.
thing. Are you coming in fast? Because the faster you come in, the better your flare is going to be.
And there was another question as far as my trims. When I land, my trims are always at neutral on the Spider 3.
On the line?
What's that?
On the little thread?
Yeah, the red thread, basically.
Red thread. So not all the way in.
I always pull all the way in. So my trims are all the way in when I come in for landing. That way I have all the flare authority that I will ever need.
Yeah, I have never landed with trims all the way in, except for on my Mojo, which didn't make much difference.
You come
so
in.
You tell me I can land with my trims all the way in on the Spider and be slower?
Well, I mean, I got a Roadster 3, which is, just a heavier version of the Spider. So, I always make sure that I trim. I mean, when I fly, I let the trims out and I call some butt.
Yeah.
But when I launch, trims are already all the way in. So, I mean, it's just a couple of footsteps and I'm up in the air. Why run it out when you just pull your trims in and, take 3 steps and you're in the air?
That's a good question. I mean, that's not how I was trained. That's not how I was taught. So
if there are too far in, you could stall.
But yeah, also, Sean, aren't you losing flare authority because you're losing speed whenever you come all the way in?
That's the theory. If you pull them all the way in.
Whenever I've just got, and I'm new to this too because I had a free flight wing. So with my trims, I'm trimming to like 3, 4. The other day, I really wish I would have trimmed out even more. I even heard you audibly say it on the video. He's like an elevator. I didn't realize I was trimmed all the way in. My first landing, I was trimmed out to 5. I had plenty of flare authority when I came in because I had plenty of forward speed, and I ballooned just a little bit and landed. My second landing, I was trimmed all the way in. It's like I came straight down, and when I flared, I was already so slow with a good headwind. But
with my trims all the way in, I can take just a couple of steps and be in the air. So this was the other day. This was before Tommy and I went flying. So just taking a couple of steps, trims all the way in, give it some brake, boom, up in the air. It's really nice to be able to just take a couple of steps and be in the air. Same thing coming in for a landing. When I come in for a landing, same thing. I just take a couple of steps, or it's just like an elevator. Come straight down and boom, landed.
Yeah, when I was an aviator test flying the wing, let me be clear. I did have like a nice 5 to 7 mile an hour laminar headwind on launch and landing, and that makes a huge difference. But regardless, I mean, the flare, it was different. So I know I'm going to adjust my brake lines.
John Wayne, you said you're flying a Dudek?
Yeah, Dudek.
What are you flying?
Universal. Right now I'm flying a 25.5. Yeah.
Okay. And
I took off today.
Whenever you guys land and you are taking a wrap, does your tip steer ever get in the way of you taking a wrap, or do you ever feel like I took a wrap Saturday, Sean, and my tip steer line, I felt like I grabbed it, and whenever I was going to take a wrap, I grabbed it by itself, and I was like, and I let go of everything, went to no wrap and flared.
Oh, well, I mean, it's just one of those things that, you got to feel for it. I've come in with my trims out before and flared. I've come with my trims neutral, and I've come in with my trims in. And I noticed that coming in with my trims in, it's like a butterfly. I mean, I just come in and go, boop. I mean, it's so nice. It's soft on the knees. You don't have to run it out. You just come in and go, boop. It's nice, even with very little wind or no wind. I mean, there's not that much running, and when you're coming in for a landing, it's very slow. So I mean, if there's nil wind, trims in, come in nice and slow. You don't have to run it out. I mean, I'm an old man and my knees hurt.
So Todd in the chat's mentioning on the Spider 3, you can come in full trims out and you have tons of flare authority. That makes sense to me, because when I fly trims neutral, I mean, the brakes don't do much. When I let trims all the way out, the wing is way more dynamic, man. When the brakes seem like they're way more effective. The tip steering works more, but you're going faster. But if you have way more flare authority, I can see that.
Hey,
I was
real
always
quick,
told.
guys. Say cheese. Sorry. Linda, smile. Everybody smile real quick.
Wait a minute. Let me go ahead and go to gallery view. Cheese.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
Love it.
I need to fix my hair first. Hold on.
Haha. Where's your wig?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure.
Hey, do you guys know why seagulls are called seagulls?
Why?
Bad joke.
Because they fly over the sea. If they flew over the bay, they would be called bagels.
Ah.
Oh,
OMG.
oh, I can't
Oh,
even.
to the M.
Take the rest of the night off, Shane.
Hey,
Just
Skinny
put my
Chef
list
Shane,
down.
all I can say is lickety split.
Yeah.
At least we're not getting demonetized tonight, Sean. Be happy about that.
Hey, Brian, I can guarantee you no one expected my answer to be that.
That
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, it was just one of those off the cuff comments that was perfect, man. It was perfect. It's timing is everything.
And that's why we love this Monday night, where we can just talk about paramotors and say random jokes that everyone loves. You know what? Since you're on a roll, Shane, go ahead and give us another joke. I mean, give us another joke.
Why do you gotta talk about my stomach? Leave my rolls alone. What?
Your roll?
What?
My roll. That's the only one I got for tonight. This stupid dude, I guess the pollen or whatever has really messed me up from Swanee. I can't. And then my truck I washed my truck, which I haven't washed since I went to Dave Purden's this last fly. And I've been to North Carolina, Swanee twice. And I just finally washed my truck. I'm sorry, Swanee once. And then I washed my truck and spent some time washing it just to get there and have it covered in pollen. Everything is yellow.
I don't think we have pollen here yet.
Holy crap. And Jim, CR120, he said I forgot to turn my mic off or to hit my mute before I told that joke. He said it was almost funny.
So parachick.com and paraswag.com. Are you guys available to chat for a minute and tell us a little bit about yourselves and the reason why you're on our show? So the parachick.com. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I got plugged in. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Where do we start?
Well, just tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, you and Mark and Paraswag, and you donating pies to give to Resurgence PPG. I mean, you guys are doing a lot of stuff for the community.
Well, let's see here. Well, Mark, you know, he's told his story about how he got into paramotoring and from doing RC planes, things like that. And I was just going to be his support base, his cheerleader, and enjoyed watching him and was proud of him, you know, setting out what he wanted to do. And he's a really quick learner. So, and that just amazed me watching him and being his video person. And, you know, and he went to training with David Hamlin, mutual friend, and his wife and I were just looking and we're like, we're not ever doing that. And watching him get towed up just scared me to death because he's standing there 1 minute and then it just jerked him. And I thought, because I'm terrified of heights. But I got hooked because we went to Galveston about 6.5 months after he finished his training, and Fabrizio did with Houston PPG did a tow, and Mark said that, hey, they're going to do a towing session. Want to do it? I'm like, okay, and terrified of the whole thing, but I was going to do it because I was like, if they're going to, I want to see what it's about. They're going to do towing. I'm going to do it. And fell in love with it. Smiled the whole time, dry gums, and just absolutely loved it. And so we went to my birthday weekend that year to Sycamore with some people. Kyle was there, Matt Minyard was there, and was it Matt? Matt was there, and who else was there? Not Tucker, but do you remember who else was there?
Sean and Rachel Hayden.
Sean and Rachel Hayden, but whose mom did I hang out with? Everybody knows.
That was Matt Minyard.
That was Matt Minyard's mom too. Okay, I thought somebody else was there too. But and I didn't get to do a tandem then because a lot of people were watching them fly, so a lot of visitors to the park wanted him to take them up, and but I learned how to kite a little bit incorrectly. Mark told me, but I got the wing up, and so I thought that was fun, and thought we would do some more. But a year went by, Mark got better and got another 2 tandems in, learned how to steer and do the throttle and get some kiting in, and supposed to have some practice this week, but we had a family emergency and just fell in love with it slowly and gradually. And
What kind of equipment?
so my equipment,
Kind of equipment.
for Christmas, I got a Charger 21 meter because of Mark and Nadine Murphy had success at the beach with her old Charger, and then I got surprised with my bright orange frame and unit for January. It's just I slowly just got into it, got hooked slowly, you know.
And you've already gone up though. You've gone up in a tandem, so you already know what it feels like, and you're hooked, right?
Yeah, 3 times. Once just to see what it's about. Second to learn how to steer. Third with Matt Minyard to learn how to do the throttle, and I flew him around for about 10 minutes after he taught me how to do the throttle. Then Mark and I did a weekend before last a mini tow session. He got me in the air with some rope, and so we tried that Saturday when the weather was good at the airport 30 minutes from us, and we didn't have the rope, the long one with us. We just had this little, what was it? Tether, very, very short. And I looked at it and said, this is not going to work. And I got to experience, I told him, I said, okay, I just got to experience lockout because it was so short and there was no way I was going to be able to go up. And I'm going all the way to the right, Mark's to the left, and I had to tell him, stop, stop, stop. Because I said, this is lockout. It was scary. I didn't like it. And it made me think about Brian. And I didn't even get off the ground. I'm like, if this is what that feels like, and my feet haven't got off the ground, I can't even imagine lockout in the air. It was just terrified me. I started crying. It scared me.
Well, one of these days you're going to be up in the air. You're doing a lot of stuff for Resurgence PPG. You're making pies. You're selling them. You're giving all the proceeds, or actually everything, to Resurgence PPG. Mark just donated a wing to Resurgence PPG. So I mean, you guys are doing amazing things for the sport.
See, you tell it better than I do. I just start talking about. You ask me how I get into it, I'm going to give you the whole details. So. But no, yeah, the flying events, I started out doing the pies at Quintana for Resurgence on one of your shows. You talked about Resurgence. So Mark's like, you can do pies. Or it's like, that'd be easy to take. So 100% of the proceeds at fly-ins goes to Resurgence. Update the website, change things around for the cookies and brownies. And 15% of sales locally or online go to Resurgence. 100% the fly-ins. So...
You guys are really doing a lot for the community. We really appreciate you. What are the .coms that we can go to check you guys out?
Okay, if you want a good laugh, you go to the parachick.com for the YouTube, and to place orders or to see what fly-ins I'm going to be at, that is parachickpies.com.
And what is Mark's main website?
Oh, here.
Parrotswagusa.com.
And we appreciate you, Mark. You've been giving away a bunch of stuff. You've been giving away shirts, stickers, all sorts of cool things. And was it last week? What'd you give away?
I gave away my wing that I learned on, the training wing, Edel Power Atlas. It had about
it probably has less than 30 hours on it. I was gonna sell it. I've already bought 2 new wings. I fly an APCO F1. It's a unrated wing, and I have a APCO Lift 2 Easy R. That's kind of my go-to wing. And I had that thing sitting around, and I heard that we could donate items of gear to Resurgence to help the veterans. And so that's what I decided to do. Instead of sell it and make profit off of it, you know, I got a heck of a deal on the first setup that I got, and that was part of it. And it was pretty much like I got the wing free. So it didn't hurt my feelings any to donate that wing to a good cause like Resurgence.
But just so everyone knows, he could have easily got $2,500 for it. He decided to donate it. So this is Paraswag USA, theparachick.com. Really great people. Definitely check them out.
Yeah, we've got some new stuff coming. You know, we hooked up with a company called Iris Paramotor here lately. I think I gave a throttle away. I think that was on one of the other shows that I was on. This company's a really good company. This guy has started from scratch. He's going to be somebody you're going to want to have on the show here in the next few weeks. His website has went live, infinityparamotors.com. And I'm giving him a shout out because I know what he has done to get to where he's at. And he has put a lot of thought into the items that he has engineered and come up with. So I really want you guys to check that out and give Dimitri as much support as you can, because I think he brings some good products to the sport.
And what's that .com real quick?
That's Iris, IRIS, irisparaMotors.com.
All right. Make sure you guys check it out. Mark and Amy George are giving away lots of stuff to a lot of people and helping out this community. So we definitely appreciate you, Mark and Amy George.
Hey, Mark, was that the first wing you flew? You said you trained on it, but was it the first wing you went up on?
Yes, it was. It was I think everyone here, I mean, I may be wrong. I may be a little different than some of you guys. Y'all might be hardcore, but it was like my security blanket. I flew on it, and you know, then I went from a Moster, and then I got an Atom 80, and I started really flying the Atom 80 a lot, and the wing was big and lofty, so it was kind of slow. I mean, there was days on windy days that, and I never trimmed it out either. I never messed with the trims on it because I was still new when I was flying it, you know what I mean? But it was my go-to wing, and when I say I think you can relate is I didn't want to try nothing else. I felt safe on it. You know what I mean? Everybody, Matt Minyard and them, they tried to get me to try new wings. I'm like, you know, I'm good. It took me a while. It took me the first year at least before I ever tried a different wing. So yeah, it was my training wing. It was my go-to wing. And if I bought a new paramotor and I wasn't real sure about the motor or whatever, I would pull that wing out because I just felt comfortable on it.
Are you sharing something, JP? What are you trying to do?
Can you not see?
Yeah, we see your screen.
We just see your desktop.
Bunch of folders. Desktop.
Will Fly just donated $5, by the way.
Will Fly, thank you so much. He's actually in here with us. So thank you very much, Will Fly. We're going to spin the wheel, it looks like.
Do it.
I guess JP needs to be heading on out soon, right? You're only able to yap with us for about an hour and a half, right?
I wish I could stay with you guys all night. There's only so much JP to go around. I hope you can understand. I'm spread
twice, though.
TikTok,
if you win on the wheel tonight, you get to win JP. There's only so much of him to go around.
TikTok has him for 1.3 million, so obviously he can go around a lot.
That's right. Hey Sean, I want to point something else out. You know, you're always pointing out what we are all doing for the community, but I think we all need to give you a hand for what you do, the show, and bringing this show together and doing what you do. You know what I mean?
Well,
obviously by the amount of viewers that come here every week, you must be doing something right, or they wouldn't keep coming back.
I think they're coming back for the free stuff.
Hey, Tyler Bowles in the chat just gave $10. Thank you, Tyler.
Tyler, thank you so much, man. Tyler won the PPG Smoke giveaway in episode 59. So thank you, Tyler. We appreciate you. We appreciate everyone. And
Hey, what did the comforter say when it fell off the bed?
Oh my God, I don't know.
Oh, sheet.
Oh, sheet. Hey guys, we got 25 people watching. Another thing that really helps if you don't have any money to donate, which is perfectly fine, is a thumbs up. Thumbs up really helps us a lot. And also too, when we after we are done being live, if you watch this again and give us a comment in the comments down below, that also helps us. So thank you so much. We truly appreciate everything you do. What are you showing us right now on here?
That was just Dave Burton's flying the info. I thought I was showing that to you guys earlier, but apparently I was just showing you my desktop.
We like your desktop. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Man, it's clouds, and I like clouds. So
Hey, I'll share your screen real quick. I'll show you something.
Uh-oh, Brian's gonna say something.
Wow, chicka wow.
Hey, Red. Hey,
Oh, puppy!
We need to
another scooter
Look at
puppy.
those paws. Look at those paws.
Dude, he is growing so much.
Oh my God.
He is going to be a big puppy.
Leg? I mean, I can't chew on my own back leg. He's got to be 20 pounds now. He's growing so
You
big.
can tell him. He's got 10 of those pounds between his hind legs. Jeez.
I tell you what,
Brian, it couldn't have been that hard to reach your foot when it was dislocated.
I was thinking the same thing. You could have reached over there and said, "I'm going to bite my foot."
Yeah.
You know, all that lap loving that you're giving him right now, in about a year, you're going to regret that because he's going to still think he can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right back up there.
He goes, I'm only 5 pounds, Daddy. Please let me jump on you.
That's right.
Yeah.
He might have been 5 pounds 2 months ago. This guy's 20 pounds now. He's just like a little bird ball, man. He's our little Chewbacca. We should have named him Chewy.
I know, huh?
How big is he supposed to get? How many pounds?
He's supposed to, his dad was 90 pounds, so
Puppy
that's probably 10 pounds of fur and 70 pounds of dog. Or 80 pounds.
And you travel, you're retired, you travel the United States in your camper here, so just you and your 90-pound dog over the next
well, you know, in full disclosure, Red is mom and dad's dog. He probably is gonna get to come to a couple fly-ins with me, but yeah.
And correction on that. It's not his camper, it's the Waller hauler.
The Waller.
I love it. The Waller hauler. That's
I've
great.
been living full time in this camper for 4 years and 2 weeks, so I love it, man.
Hey Shane, you see Jim ripping you a new one in the chat there?
Yeah, I knew that joke. Hey Jim, this is for Jim. What do you call a person with no nose and no body? Nobody knows.
Where does he come up with this stuff? I mean,
Jim's gonna start giving us thumbs down if we're not careful.
28 watching and 25 thumbs up. That's pretty good odds, guys. I think we did
That's
good
what I'm
tonight.
talking about. Thank you guys so much.
We love you guys.
I love my chatters.
Tonight, Keegan from faroutstrobes.com says that he is willing to donate a $50 strobe.
What?
Tonight.
What? Donate more strobes? Really?
$50.
Get that wheel back up, JP.
Yeah, I need to be on that wheel.
Get that wheel. Hey, remember, guys, remember how I donated earlier? You remember?
Holy moly.
So
I don't know what you're talking about, Tommy.
if you donate to us, we appreciate you. And maybe JP, if you can make sure that if they donated, just give them a second spin on the wheel.
Already done, Sean.
Already done.
Already done. That's what we do here.
I see JP has started screen sharing, but I don't see it.
You don't see it. What is going on here?
I do not know. Maybe it's my internet. Jim, I see you in the background. I hear that you got a story that you want to tell. So after the spin here, JP, look at all the JPs. No wonder.
Whoops.
Hey, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say this thing's rigged.
Rigged?
I think it's a JP
I've
rig.
only got like a third of the wheel.
JP rig. Oh my goodness.
So you're saying I got a chance?
Saying I got a chance.
I don't know. Look at we got Tyler Vowles in here. Will Fly, PBG Pirate. Walter, we got a bunch of shirts and stuff that we're gonna be sending to him.
I got Tommy in there since he did a donation, even though he's on the panel. I think
Wow.
Mark
fair.
George just jumped on the wheel. $5 donation.
Well, if you donate and you're on the panel, you're gonna have to. I mean, that's just fair. So if you donate and you want to try to win this $50 strobe from faroutstrobes.com, make sure you go to faroutstrobes.com, check out their strobes.
Hey, we got a super chat from Mark George for $4.99.
Thank you, Mark.
A statement from JR Paramotor said, thumbs down. Sheet, I just unsubscribed.
I just checked. I don't see a thumbs down. I see 26 up and 0 down.
Well, obviously,
it was a
thumbs up. That's good. Looks like my son just got here, so Dragon Campers is going to log on. Yes. Resurgence PPG just asked, did you get the package I sent Walter? Hey, go ahead and kill that your spinny wheel. Let me show everybody real quick what everybody has donated. So let me go ahead and go to speaker view. Let me turn off my virtual background. All right, so guys, there's the sun. What's up, Dragon Campers?
Dragon Campers in the house.
Dragon Campers just got here after Dragon Campers. How about that?
Thank you for wearing pants this time.
Wait a minute. Do I have pants on? Okay, good. I'm good. Woo! Both of us, I guess. So Resurgence PPG not only sent a really nice letter to Walter, but sent a really nice Resurgence PPG sticker. And there's only one. I don't know why there was only one sticker. I mean, you're sending it here. You could have dropped a second one. I'm just saying. But
shameless plug.
I know, right? Crazy. Also, too, Dragon Campers made a shirt for Walter. See, dragon and a camper. So we got this one. We also got Resurgence PPG sent a shirt. There's the back of the shirt. So Walter, are you not in the house? What's wrong with you? Get on here so you can see what you got. And then the front of the shirt, Resurgence PPG. So
and we got a super chat from Bill H, $5, and he just put strobe. So make sure Bill's on the wheel.
And we got this. Linda, tell us about this shirt real quick.
Paraglidingtalk.com. Awesome. I just messaged Robert and I said, hey, I saw your shirt, and I thanked him for donating that. Yes.
And
he's awesome. I love my son. He rocks it.
Really,
I'm telling you, I'm so blessed.
And we
so
also
blessed.
got another shirt. This is actually my shirt, but we're going to be sending one like this. It's a Paraswag USA shirt.
Very cool.
And Fly a Latte.
Yeah.
So Mark George and Amy George gave me this from Paraswag USA.
Very sweet.
I
Cool.
dig this.
Hey, I want you to know those Fly Latte shirts, that will be the only ones made. So if you get that, you better hold on to them.
I'm holding on to it.
There won't be any more of those.
Hold on to it.
It's my favorite. Hey, I wonder if what are you doing?
Huh?
Are you trying to get online?
No.
Oh, got Jim in the super chat. $5. Thanks, sir. Said put me on the wheel.
Jim.
Thank you.
Jim Furman.
I am like super excited tonight.
Oh, guys, did I show?
What?
I can't remember. Did I show you guys the new flag? Yes, I did. But just in case you were not here, here are our new flags, our custom flags that we got from ClearPropTV. So everyone that has won a flag, we are getting these in production. These are the ones we decided to go with. with ClearPropTV, and we're going to be sending you these really awesome flags once they get in. Unfortunately, it probably take 30 days. Well, maybe 20 days.
What
But
about Jade? Can Jade make them?
Jade makes them. Well, we're going to have to talk to her and see what she can make.
She ain't doing nothing all the next 2 weeks, I think. In a spring break or something.
So we're gonna have to get together after this and talk a little bit about flagging.
Don't you have some teenagers? We can talk about child labor laws later.
What? Y'all still get spring break? I miss spring break, man. That was my favorite part of the year. I get off work, go to the beach, just stuff.
We're going to Seattle.
Mark H with a super chat of $20. Nice fashion show.
Very much, Mark H. That's PPG Trike Jockey. Nice fashion show. I like that. Jim Fergan said, put me in. And Jim, we're going to get you on here because you got something that you want to talk about. Bill H sent us $5. Thank you very much. So we are going to be spinning this wheel. We're up to 26 thumbs up and 28 people watching. I tell you, with only 28 people watching, your chances of winning are really good. Why go to these other shows when you have 100 and some people watching, when you can come here and there's only 20 something? This is great.
Hey, Jade and Eric, if y'all are going to Washington, that is where Dimitri with Irish Paramotor is located. I'm not sure what state he's in or what city he's in, but I can find out for you. It might be worth going to see his shop.
Yeah, possibility. We're going to be up and down the coast, so.
Send your $5 in.
Yeah, I'll find out where he's located at and let you know.
Yeah, do that. Thank you.
Still trying to get Dragon Campers to throw $5 in the super chat so he can be entered in, or at least say hi so you can be in the normal one. Hey, show us your new microphone real quick. So he went out and got a new microphone since he's going to be doing this. Let me turn off my.
I got this for my Twitch stream too.
Well, okay. Show us what you got.
It's a blue ball.
Well, bring it up closer. He's showing us his blue balls.
Blue ball.
I thought that's what I heard, but I kept my mouth shut.
So here's his blue ball.
It's a very high.
Very nice microphone. So it'll be really nice to hear that. This is the microphone I got. This is pretty nice. It does what I need to do, and it was on sale. It's an on sale thing. I'm an old man. I buy things on sale.
Hey, Brian, is that your wing behind you on your background?
Yeah, this is new spider colors I ordered. I was flaunting it to JP because he's been giving me a hard time about colors today.
Tell us real quick about your spider before we spin the wheel.
So the colors I picked was a kind of a shout out to my grandfather. All of his planes were blue and yellow, and I ordered these colors as kind of a surprise. I told a little white lie to my parents and told them the color in the middle was green, and actually it originally was. I changed the order, and I ordered this one, and every time I look up at it, I think about my grandfather. He was in World War II and the Korean War, and he got to fly in both of them. He was a helicopter pilot, and when he got older and retired, my dad kept him in the sky, flying ultralights and experimental aircraft. So pretty good stuff.
Awesome. Hey, when you took off on that thing, when you first took off, could you hear the wind going by your ears?
Not over the motor.
I took off on that F1, man, and I could immediately hear wind getting into my ear cups. And I didn't feel that before on any of the other wings I flew.
Why would you hear some wind under your...
taking off so fast.
Oh, okay.
I ran faster than I've ever run before on my last launch for this Spider 3. It was a no-wind launch. I may even had a little bit of a tailwind, and I didn't think I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, but I just kept running. Finally, when I pulled some brakes, my butt come off the ground.
John Wayne did 2 super chats for $4.99 each. 2 of them.
You just want more spins or something. You just want a couple more spots on that wheel. We're going to be spinning for a strobe from faroutstrobes.com. We're going to put everybody's name that's in there. So if you haven't said hi, say hi to JP. We're going to be spinning here in just a moment. If you want to donate something to the super chat, he's going to put your name in again. So you have even more opportunities of winning this strobe from Far Out Strobes. If everyone's ready to spin,
let's do it.
I am ready to spin, and then we're going to be talking to Tommy Sutherland and Chris Thomas and Jim Furman here in just a moment. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Make me win.
While the wheel is spinning, Mark George just put in $4.99, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
While the wheel is spinning, I have a question. What body part quits working last after you die?
Oh my goodness.
It's your pupils, because they dilate.
Wow.
Late.
Late. Oh my goodness. I hope everyone that's watching this spinning wheel thing is rolling their eyes like I am.
As fast as the wheel is turning.
Man, I tell you, my eyes are, you know what, dude? You're making me go blind rolling my eyes at your jokes, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah. This is just what happens when you got to keep it PPG rated, man. If you can add
I am
if you
freaking
can get that
limited.
13 in there, we're good to go.
I am super limited.
Who is going to win? Do I see a Resurgence PPG winning? Resurgence PPG, is that what I see?
Okay, nobody from North Carolina can win. I'm
Well,
withdrawing
that cuts out
all
pretty
the
much everybody
NCs.
else.
so close.
Oh, that's a North Carolina. Jim,
It's gonna be Jim after all the crap he gave me in the chat.
Win so
Jim's
much. Matter of fact,
Nope, it was not Jim. Was not Jim. Nope.
Todd from Resurgence wants to know if he can time me out.
If you don't know, you can go over to see Jim's page at paramotorguy.com. Jim, are you in the chat? Are you here?
He was just here. I expect we're going to hear from him shortly.
And
what did Jim win?
You are like, I mean, I don't know what is going on with this guy, but he wins so much stuff.
If anybody deserves it, it's Jim Reeves. He's a great guy. He's
awesome.
A question machine. He keeps these shows going with
Yes,
these awesome questions that he gives us. So
paramotorguy.com. Go check out Jim.
Hey, I just laugh my butt off, man. I'm looking at the last 10 comments, and we're all moderators. we all have a blue wrench.
Hey, you either get a .com, a moderator, or both.
You get a blue
Say
wrench.
we might be a little easy on giving out of the blue wrench. We might have to, I saw on another show where they gave away an actual blue wrench. I thought that was a great idea.
It is a great idea. That's
yeah. Jim's there. He says, "Yep."
Jim, do you want this strobe from faroutstrobes.com? Of course you do. Do me a favor, go over to ppgzone.com. Oh, wait a minute. We totally changed it. Let me run over to ppgzone.com. I think you go to ppgzone.com and
they had some feed. Sorry, they had some feed problems, man. According to people in the chat, the feed stopped, starting over. Who won? So Jim won on the wheel. If you weren't getting the feed,
it stopped. Oh, it's delayed. Is that it?
It might be, but Bill H says my feed stopped.
It's just delayed right now, guys.
Gotcha.
If you've donated tonight, go over to ppgzone.com/ClearPropTV. I just put the link in the chat. Let us know by filling out the form that you donated, or fill out the form that you won something. If you ever won anything on ClearPropTV on this podcast, please fill out that form and let us know that you won something. and what you won. Let us know if you donated anything and what episode that was, if you remember, because we're going to be sending everyone that's donated something a present. Maybe nothing more than a postcard, but it might be something more than that. It just really depends on our donations and what we get here in the future. But please go to ppgzone.com/clearproptv.com. Let us know that you won something. Let us know that you donated. Let us know that you enjoyed the show. Sign up over at ppgzone.com and be our friend. Hey, we're up to 30 thumbs up and 32 people watching.
Hey, Jim CR 120 said it's a weird phenomenon. I won last night on our Paramotor Nation, and the same thing happened last time. I won 2 nights in a row. I as well won last night on our Paramotor Nation, and
Congratulations.
Jim said, "Heck yes, send it." So he definitely wants the strobes sent to my house, I guess.
I'm telling you, if you have not seen these strobes, go to faroutstrobes.com. Tommy and I both are flying with the Far Out strobes. They are amazing. Tommy, remember, okay, you were flying originally with bike flashing lights or something.
You don't have to tell everybody that.
And let me tell you, it was really hard to see.
Put me on blast like that.
Hey, Tommy, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. The 2 lights that I put on Amy's is bike lights.
I was bell helmet sticker lighting it. I was doing anything I could to be seen, guys.
However, he got these strobes from Far Out Strobes, and in the middle of the day, I mean, we did some midday flying. I looked over and I could see him because of the strobes flashing midday. So these strobes are amazing. They're only $50. However, if you go there and you say, "I seen these Far Out strobes on PPG Grandpa's Paramotor podcast or ClearProp TV," and he will give you $10 off. So it's only $40 to get these amazing strobes. So just go over to faroutstrobes.com and say, "What?
PPG Grandpa sent me."
There you go. And he'll
Does that
give
mean
it
Jim,
for
does
what?
that mean Jim's got $60?
Jim got $60. What do you mean?
He won $50, right? At Far Out Strobes, right?
He won a strobe that's worth $50.
So then he goes there and says, "Hey, PPG Grandpa sent me."
He can get a second one for only $40. He gets the first one free and the second one for $40. I'm telling you, it is a great deal. So please fill out that form over at ppgzone.com/ClearPropTV. We're going to have a lot of cool things on that page in the future. So what do we got going on now? You know what, guys? Don't go away because we might spin again. But let's see. It's 9 o'clock. If we're going to spin again, it's going to be 9:30. So let's go ahead and chat for another 20 minutes or 30 minutes and see if we're going to
saw an eye roll by JP Tulo.
JP's got a roll.
He's like 30 minutes now. Another wheel, really?
jptulo.com. Go ahead and check out his website. He's also at ppgjp.com. So check out his website. If we're going to spin, we're going to have to figure out another way of spinning or another way.
If you want to set it for a time, I can come back. And just what you said, 20 minutes from now, I can do that.
How about this? We will do a question and answer. So if you want to do that, make sure that you're live right now. So go up to the top, refresh this. So you are at the very beginning. If you might be 5 minutes behind, you might be lagging. So hit refresh. And that way you'll be live with us. So when we spin and we ask a question in the chat, you can answer it and you can win. So that's what we'll do. So JP,
I'm going to pick up Skinny Chef Shane's slack here and just say, JP, you only need 20 minutes. You can be back or what?
Oh, I see what you went with there.
It was definitely a short joke.
That's 18 minutes longer than Shane.
Come on, guys. It's supposed to stay PPG rated.
Oh, yeah.
That almost went over my head. Well done.
No, you're too fast. You'll catch it.
Yeah, well done, Hey Bell. Well done. I'll give you that one.
I tell you what we can do. I have tried this right here. If you guys have not seen this, this is a 1080p. It's a knockoff of GoPro, I suppose, and it has a screen on the back. It's a 1080. So we'll give away this. It has everything in it. It's decent, but if you do not have a GoPro or something to fly with, we will let you possibly win this. So that's what we'll do in 30 minutes. So at 9:30. All right, guys. Jim, I hear that you have something that you want to say, that you have a story to tell. What's going on, Jim? Jim Furman?
Hey, Sean. No, you caught me cold. What are you talking about?
I got a message here that says Jim Furman has a story that he wants to tell. Is that correct or no?
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, this was about the Charger versus Colorado thing, maybe.
Oh, was that it? Okay.
Compared to the Colorado, I currently fly a high ENB.
Back already, JP?
Hey, be nice.
20 minutes. I just had a question with y'all are flying Chargers or whatever. I come from the paraglider world, and I'm a pretty big guy. I'm flying a tandem 38 Ozone Mag 2 Light right now, and looking at either a 34 Charger or a 34. Looking at there was a review by I can't remember who the guy's from. I think he's in the Netherlands maybe, but he did a review of side by side of the Colorado, the Charger, and the Samurai, and curious if y'all's experience with that. I know the Charger is more a beginner wing, and the Colorado is a little bit spicier, but he thought that there was more oscillation in the Colorado, and it was more of a suggestion. You want to go put it in a turn, and it takes a little while for the Charger to turn, but he thought the Samurai was more on point. It was a little bit sharper, a little bit crisper in the handling. I don't know if y'all had any Samurai experience.
Hey, Jim, is that a Razorback on your shirt?
It is. Number 3C, number 4.
I'm sorry.
Hey, go back down there to Texas with that crap.
Hey.
Wait, let's back that up.
Longhorns, baby.
No,
Did I hear
down with the
Arkansas was
horns.
number 3 going in?
Oh, yeah.
Shut up, Bama boy.
Heck yeah.
Well,
It's been a minute since we've been
Hey, we're
good
right.
at anything. Let us have this, okay, Parachick?
What is that?
Thank you.
What did he say?
I was saying it to your husband, and he just popped
Yeah.
up in
Oh,
the
I'm
picture.
because I'm on your side.
Oh, I was like,
And-
okay,
and
I'm
you
watching
guys-
the chat, and I'm like, what?
And you guys are Texarkana, so you're basically a little bit of Arcana. So you should like the hogs a little bit.
Well, I'm actually half breed. My daddy was born in Hope, Arkansas, and he stayed in Arkansas. So after my parents divorced, so I'm like a little bit of both.
Where's the place called?
Huh?
He's a Bama fan.
We got LSU right here too, though, as well.
Yeah.
I know Bama knows about LSU.
So, hey, Jim,
Who?
Jim, you did start flying with Britain, right? Were you a free flight guy originally also?
Yeah, I met used to host the Endless Foot Drag over in Arcoma, probably 2014, back when golly, I wandered out there because I heard there was some big flying going on, and I met right off the bat.
What did he say for him to do that?
I think too many people have their microphone on. If you're not talking, just mute yourself. I'm sorry, Jim. Can you go ahead and say that again real quick?
Yeah, I met Britain back in 2014. I'm an air traffic controller working here at the airport, and one of my buddies was flying his powered parachute and wanted to cut across the Class Delta at Fort. He called me. All right, blanked out there. buddy of mine was flying his power parachute, and he wanted to fly across Class Delta at Fort Smith, and so he called me up on the radio. I happened to work in the tower, and he said, "Yeah, there's this big fly-in going on in Arcoma, which is just to the west of Fort Smith, outside the Delta." And so I drove out there after work, and here's all these paramotors flying around. This was even before Tucker had gotten his training. So I like to say, like I said, I met Brian Shaw and Jonathan Q and Eric Farewell, and back when they were competing against each other. Jeff Goen was there and was on the second edition of the PPG Bible. Got him to autograph my copy of it. But it took me probably 4 years before I got airborne. In fact, my first wing was Kylo Glee's old Muse 3, and flew it for a little while as a paraglider wing, and then just kind of stepped up from there. But I've got this Nitro 200 I'm about to rebuild this week. Cracked the case on it back in December, and got a pretty new case on it. So I'm in the Paris shop here. This is my little shop out behind the house.
That's pretty cool.
So how many flights are you up to now, Jim?
Probably got about 90 mountain flights and about 20 PPG. I took this Nitro 200, and Britain had an old quad. I got just about 6 flights foot launch. I've got an old low boy quad that's got the balloon tire. Picture this around here real quick here. But I stuck the night, probably got about 25 flights on the quad, and I guess about 6 flights foot launch, just because I'm old and I'm big and I don't run around so fast.
What size motor did you say that you have?
Yeah, it's an Air Conception Nitro 200.
I mean, that thing is really awesome. I got the Moster 185. I can't even imagine what a 200 is. I probably need a 200. I would love to have a 200.
You're surprised though, Sean. I think the 200 actually has less power than 185. He tells us that.
Yeah, you're right. The Moster of 185 actually has a little more power than the 200. What part of Arkansas are you located?
I'm in West Arkansas at Fort Smith.
Well,
so have you flown over in Oklahoma in those what is that, Panorama and what is that, Buffalo Mountain?
Yeah, that's I had my first, well, I guess my second paraglider flight was a ridge soar at Buffalo Mountain. I was up for an hour and 2 minutes and got completely hooked. And then just this past weekend, I got my first, well, probably my third real good thermal flight of any consequence. The 2 hours and 7 minutes over Panorama, and probably I gained a total of 15,000 feet up and down. You know, it was between 2,000 and 3,000 feet at a time, just going up and down like not in front of launch.
So you've been up on the mountain at Buffalo Mountain. Can you imagine pulling a trailer up that? Because I did.
Did you really? That's a steep climb there.
I will never do that again. It wasn't so bad going up, but coming down, it was really freaky.
Did you come out for one of the fly-ins, or were you out there?
Yeah, we went to the what was that? No, the thing up there at Buffalo Mountain and all that.
Oh, that was the
that was the big flying they had there this summer.
Paragliding. It was
they didn't have there was only a few paramotor guys there. We took off from the LZ at Buffalo Mountain. But while we were there, a cool thing, we met a guy that flew from Panorama and landed at the Buffalo Mountain LZ.
Yeah, from Maine.
That's a long flight.
That is a long flight.
He took off from Panorama, and they flew. Britain's been trying to grow the paraglider community. You know, we fly PPG a lot here because the winds are not always favorable, but Panorama was just banging this last weekend, and or no, the weekend before last, and they had, I think, 6 or 8 pilots. Got up to 4,500, went over the back and flew all the way to Clayton, which is another probably 20 miles past the Buffalo LZ. It's 20 miles to the west out there.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why I fly a paramotor, because I really am not a fan of para wading up on top of a mountain. It is 10 after 9, so let's go ahead and talk with who's next. Tommy Sutherland is in here. He's been waiting here for a little bit. Tommy, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about who you are and you flying paramotors.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, hear you great.
Awesome. Hey, it's good to see everybody and kind of get connected. I started flying in April of this time last year is when I started training. The first part of this COVID thing, I was able to get off work on time. I'd been watching it for about 3 years, hoping and praying that I'd be able to do it one day. And I always end up having to work too long. But, you know, the COVID thing came around, everything shut down, and I was able to leave at 4 o'clock every day. So I got trained April of last year, almost a year into it. And but it's been hooked. It's been awesome. And the community, like everybody says, has been great. I learned here local, there's a guy, PPG Flyers here at our local airport that teaches, and a great instructor. And I mean, like all you guys, always wanted to fly, but never thought I could. And finally got my feet off the ground, and it's been nonstop ever since. But so I got my own gear. I flew my instructor's gear for the first part. I got my own gear in August, and since then I've put about 60 flights on it, and had 25, 30 flights or more during training. And I'm trying to talk to my wife, because Parachick and others that have their bride flying, I think that would be awesome. And you guys are we're all envious for those of you that have your brides flying. Mine doesn't want anything to do with it. I think she'd rather me not fly. But anyway, it's been awesome. It's been great. I did have my first motor about last weekend. Do what?
What state are you flying in?
Oklahoma, southeastern Oklahoma.
Tommy, okay. I like how you pointed out Parachick's bride. Yeah.
I heard that too. That was good.
Hey, I work with in this family. She just tells me which ones to put on.
I'm the Parachick. We're just sharing the screen. He's
I don't care what the story is. I just want to point out that Mark is the bride.
He's
And from now
Parachick
on-
USA.
That's hilarious.
Hey, what you said you're in Oklahoma. Where are you at? I'm actually from Oklahoma.
Live in Durant, Oklahoma.
Oh, Durant. Okay, I know where you're at. Yeah,
Yep.
you know where Ada is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, that's where I
How
have a
close
lot,
are
I have a
you
lot
to
of family.
Arkansas?
in Ada.
Awesome.
How close are you to Arkansas?
Do what?
How close are you to Arkansas, Tommy?
I don't know, a few hours.
Oh, bummer.
He's closer
Well,
to me, Sean. Sorry.
If you ever make it to Arkansas, we can go flying. There's lots of cool places over here.
We'll have to make a trip.
Definitely. And if you want to make a trip to Moonshiners, I'll be there in Moonshiners in Tennessee, August 4th through the 8th. That's the plug that I'm throwing out there. I love that. Anything else, Tommy Sutherland, that you want to talk about? Do you got a YouTube channel you want to plug real quick?
Well, PPG Tommy was taken, so. So I guess Tommy PPG, I don't know, figure it out. But I did have my first motor out last weekend. I think I texted you about it, Sean.
Yeah,
it was my fault, and thankfully I landed it fine, but my heart was going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about it real quick.
Yeah. So I had some, the weather's been horrible, so I had some old gas in my tank, and I just wanted to burn it out, and so I didn't fill up when I took off that evening, and I didn't expect to fly very long. I got up, and it was bumpy at first, and it smoothed out. You know how it gets, and I was flying, enjoying it, having a great time. My neighbor comes by on his side by side, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna fly because his kids love to watch me fly. So I take an extra lap around his property, and I'm coming into land, and my motor dies. And I said, just fly the wing, just fly the wing. And anyway, I was able to glide down in my neighbor's pasture. Him and his buddies came over there, and they were having a party and had a few drinks. And he said, no, if he came down in my pasture, he's not okay. And came over there, and I had a big smile on my face. I actually landed the thing and didn't land in my rear. Here lately, I've had a hard time landing. It's been knees or rear or whatever. I think I'm wearing out the Adventure Pluma has that bumper on it, and it works, by the way. But anyway, long story short is I landed it. I got that behind me. I hope I never have another one.
I hear you. Well, unfortunately, ppgtommy.com, that's got the .com, has to go. So we'll say farewell to ppgtommy.com real quick.
Hey, Tommy, before you do go, how do we find you on, do you have a YouTube or Instagram or anything?
Well, I'm on YouTube, but I don't have very many PPG flights posted yet. So
sounds good. Sounds good. All right, guys, y'all have a good night. It was fun hanging out, everybody.
We'll get you one.
Later, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy Mosley. Hey, Tommy Sutherland, you can be the PPG, the real Tommy.com.
There you go. I like it.
The real Tommy
original-
PPG.
the original
The real Tommy.
Go stir the pot while Tommy's on his way out.
Yeah, I was going to say Sean can find you at .com. No problem.
Yeah, you might be paramotortommy.com. That's a long .com, but it still works.
PPG Tommy.
Sorry, PPG Tommy's already taken.
Is it? Who is that?
That's Tommy Mosley. Come on. Come on.
Love it.
Well, I fly the Adventure Pluma and the Flex One Adventure Flex One wing. I know that's probably a niche, equipment and wing, but has anyone heard of that or flown that?
Seen the Pluma, but I've never heard of that wing.
Well, I just wonder about the whole taking a wrap because, but I don't know. This last few flights though have been good. I did about 8 touch and goes and landed on my feet the whole time, so that's good. Whole time during training, I landed perfectly. I get home on my own stuff and can't seem to get it figured out, but hopefully I got it ironed out. But
when you come in for a flare, are you bubbling up? Are you flaring up and then coming back down? Or are you coming in and just not getting flare?
Coming in too hot. It feels like.
All right, what are your trims set in?
All the way in.
Okay, you should be able to come in nice and slow, and maybe you need to take a wrap and.
That's what I was thinking. I may try that, but I think also some of my perspective. I see the ground coming at me too fast, and maybe flare a little too early. But like I said, the last flight I was able to get about 8 really good landings in. So hopefully I got it figured out. But I'll try that wrap too and see how that turns out.
Hey, Tommy, I have to say, red flag right there, man. You see the ground coming at you. Dude, I've got like 100 and over 100 flights, and literally like flight 110 flaring finally clicked to me. Training an aviator, like don't look at the ground, look at the horizon above you. And all my landings, yeah, I don't look at the ground below me, but I'm looking at the ground ahead where I'm about to land.
Mm-hmm.
And it messes your flare up. I tried very hard to make a conscious effort. Brooke Sheffield was telling me, man, you're still looking at the ground. Even if you're looking at the ground above you, you're looking at where you're landing. That's the problem. Move your eyes above the horizon and trust your flare, and you come in. And after I did that, they started clicking for me.
Yeah, it's almost like when you're walking down steps, you don't look down at your feet. You kind of look in front of you holding the rail, and you just come on down. This is when Tommy and I we came in for a landing. It was kind of windy, but I always, even when it's windy like this, I always look down at the ground, or I'm sorry, I always look at the horizon, because I can always see or kind of guess where I am when I'm looking at the horizon, and touch down so gently every single time. When I first started flying, man, I was the king of butt landings, because I was always looking down like this and coming in, and you can't judge when you come in and looking down at your feet. Look at the horizon, put 1 foot out in front of you, not this high, but 1 foot out in front of you, 1 foot down, and you can kind of judge where you are. And just like Brian said, once you get it dialed in, you'll never have another butt lining again.
It seems excessive. Somebody told me, said, don't pull brakes. Put 1 foot down, 1 foot ahead of you. And that 1 foot hanging down, you get the toes hanging as low as possible. And he's like, look, put your eyes above the horizon and don't pull any brakes, which I think it might be a little exaggerated. Don't pull any brakes until you feel your toe touch the ground. At that point, you're pretty low, so your timing has to be perfect. But, basically, I think the point exists that, you cannot look at the ground. You gotta look ahead of you, and you've got to wait till, you see these people come in hot, and they do this long foot drag, and then they do a 1 or 2 step landing. That's because they bleed all that energy out as they're coming in, and they don't pull the brake till the end. It took me a while to get it, and I don't have it nailed down, but it finally clicked.
Well, that's encouraging, because it's been discouraged. I fly with another buddy that trained about the same time I did, and he's got it nailed down, and I just can't seem to get it, finesse it. But it's encouraging to hear that I'm not the only one. But it does finally come.
These wings are going to fly a little different too, Tommy. I would check into that brake wrapping, because you don't know if your brake lines have been modified or whatever. I would check on that, because you definitely don't want to stall your wing.
Okay. Awesome.
But there's nothing wrong with coming in hot. Brian will vouch for me. These new the wing that he's flying and the F1 that I'm flying, they're hot wings. I mean, I feel like I'm a skydiver when I'm coming in sometimes with no wind. Wow. But you just got to do what he says. Right before you get down, you start pulling just a little brake, and you just keep pulling it till you find that sweet spot, and then bleed off the energy and touch down. Just flare right there at the end and pop it in.
It's just amazing how slow we fly, in these things. 25, 30 miles an hour. It's almost like you're driving a moped, riding a moped. I mean, you're not going much more than 25, 30 miles an hour. And when you come in, the worst that you have is almost like falling off a moped, at 25 miles an hour. It's really not that bad. But, if you bleed off that, I'm watching this right here. This is one of our last ones that we did, our last flights, and we're going so slow. I mean, I had a sparrow that was passing me. And I don't know about you guys, but when you see a sparrow pass you, I mean, it's almost like, grandma with a walker passing you. It's like, geez, am I really going that slow?
How fast have you ever been, Sean?
My fastest was 50 something, but I was trims out, full speed bar. So,
I've hit right around 70 miles an hour with the wind.
That's where I'm at, 70.4, I think it is.
I was hauling butt.
Are you going airspeed or ground speed? Because ground speed, I've done a lot higher than that. It's usually about 54 airspeed with wind behind me, about 20. I can get up to 70 on the ground speed too. So you're talking about ground speed or what?
Yeah, I was talking ground speed. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Who else do we have in here that hasn't talked with us? We have Chris Thomas. Are you still here? I see that you're in the background. If you turn on your, there you are. There's Chris. What's up, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself and flying paramotors.
Well, I just started investigating about 2 weeks ago. I'm just pretty much checking out what you guys are doing.
So you haven't flown yet?
Nope.
Oh, so you just found us 2 weeks ago, and now you're trying to figure out what is this flying paramotors all about?
Well, I know a little bit more than that. I've had 2 weeks of research.
Sure. What do you know so far, and what do you plan on doing in the future?
Well, I have the PPG Bible version 6. Watched a lot of Tucker's videos. I just found your channel yesterday, so I had live stream on Monday, so that's why I'm here.
Oh, good. I'm glad that you made it here. I'm glad that you're actually on the show. Now you can go to paratalk.org, or you can go to your favorite podcast app and listen to yourself. We're at 9:24. We've been streaming since 7. So just fast forward and you can hear yourself on our podcast. That's so cool. So tell us what you learned so far, and what kind of motor and wing are you looking at, and where do you plan on going to school, or are you planning on self-training?
I'm out from Omaha, and there's a trainer here that's apparently like nation known. I don't remember his name offhand. I wasn't expecting to bring that up, but no. So we have a high-end trainer out here apparently.
Okay.
Omaha.
I'm gonna get a gravity motor probably, or sorry, gravity paraglide. I'm probably an Atom 80 because I had plans for mostly cross country.
How much do you weigh?
Yeah, how much do you weigh?
Not as much as it seems right here. I'm about 205.
Yeah, you don't want an Atom 80.
No. Now, if you're going to be flying from a high ground level too, you say you're in Omaha. That's Nebraska, right? Am I wrong?
Yep. About 1,000 feet up.
Okay.
Oh God,
yeah,
it's not Josh Bowden, is it?
you will never get in the air.
Okay. No, I didn't know that. Again, I haven't seen an instructor or anything.
No, Josh,
One good thing about that's one good thing about having an instructor is that you may be able to watch a lot of Tucker videos and read the PPG Bible, but like we say a lot here, there's a lot of things that you don't know that you don't know, and a trainer can definitely help you with things that you just don't know yet, that you don't know. But it's good that you're looking into it, and we're definitely glad that you're here. Glad that you found a trainer. Now, did you already talk with your trainer and come up with a time to go meet up with them, or what?
Oh, that's probably gonna be next year because of budgets.
Understandable. Understandable. A lot of trainers, though, don't mind you coming over and watching and talking with you. I mean, they're not going to charge you just to come out and hang out and see if this is something that you like. A lot of trainers also might take you up on a tandem. Before I got into this, I went up on a tandem, and that really hooked me.
You charge 150 for a tandem.
Hey,
What's
Chris,
that?
I was just giving you a hard time. It's probably Nebraska Paramotor out there. Josh Bowden is the instructor out there. He's an excellent instructor, but he likes to go to the fly-ins and he's a partier. He's a good guy. Good guy to know.
It was Nebraska Paramotor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's apparently really well known. I've heard a lot of good things about him. I wanted to make sure he was essentially someone like Dale, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, you know Dell.
He already knows Dale.
That's good.
He's in
So
the PPG.
I got a question for Chris. What was your first Tucker video that you saw? Do you remember?
Oh my gosh.
Was it a crash video, maybe with Hey Bill Waller?
No.
No,
I'm
the
just
first
curious. I
was like
remember my first one.
it was a McDonald's one.
Yeah.
I just
Was it?
and didn't really get into the Paramotor much. I thought it was a lot more expensive, than somehow I found out it was a lot cheaper. And then I found him again when I was researching it.
Yeah. I found John Baptiste Chandelier first when I was looking up his free flight stuff. And then I saw two of his videos and then auto roll to a Tucker video. And my first one was him flying over the Hoover Dam. And I still hadn't seen that McDonald's one people keep talking about. Apparently it's pretty popular.
Are you serious? Come on.
God.
You're pulling our leg. Yeah, that's the one that got me hooked too, is going to McDonald's on a Paramotor. So
Yeah.
real quick, guys, because we're going to be spinning the wheel here in just a minute. How many people have actually flown to a restaurant on their Paramotor, got something to eat, and took off? Anybody do that yet?
Does it count if we have the paramotor on the back of our vehicle and the prop spinning while we get our food?
No. It counts if you land, grab something to eat, and then eat it up in the air. Anybody yet?
How about if you foot drag a field of hay bales and eat a granola bar while flying?
That works.
Is that why you hit your leg? Because you were eating?
He's trying to open the wrapper.
We're trying to keep it on DL.
Hey, Chris, I'll tell you somebody you might want to watch too is Kyle Oakley.
I don't think I've seen him yet.
Yeah.
That's a huge one. I'm telling you right now, that's a huge one. I think everybody here will agree.
There's a lot of his videos I watch.
He goes into more than just paramotor. He goes into
Yeah.
weather. He goes into paramotor. He goes into all of it.
Okay, throw a thing in the chat so I can copy that.
Yeah, look in the chat. I put it in there for you, Kyle Oakley. You can
Kyle.
look him up on Facebook, Kyle Oakley School of Paramotor, and then of course on YouTube you can just look up Kyle Oakley and you'll find him.
Matter of fact, Kylo Glee's student is about to jump on here. He's at school with him right now. He just texted me and asked me what the
is it Kent?
It's good, Kent.
Yep. Yep. I talked to Kent today, boy. He's super excited. He's a day away from taking flight.
That's awesome.
There he is. He just signed on.
Down here.
It's supposed to come the 17th. Today's the 15th. He's here early.
See, I think Sean and Jim and Tommy should come down and fly with us this weekend if it's good weather. Go see Kyle.
We definitely want to. I mean, I think that's one of the plans was to come down this weekend, maybe Friday night, and stay with you guys all weekend long, right?
Sure.
Well, that sounded like a whole bunch of fun. Well, your wife invited me to come down on Friday, so, yell at her now.
Yeah, she does that.
Awkward.
Yeah, random dude staying in my camper all the time.
Don't listen to him. He was in the car next to me. He knows all about this.
Sean, if you stay with them, you got to change the vents around so it doesn't blow on you, because somebody gets cold in the camper at my house, and I was sitting there in a pool of sweat going, the next time I use the camper, I'm like, why is this so hot in here? Apparently the vent was turned. Who touches another man's vent? I'm just saying.
Do they have vents? They have two fans blowing on them as well.
Yeah, y'all do. We don't have vents in our camper. There's nothing to worry about.
So where's this that I haven't been invited to this weekend? Where's it at?
Spring Hill Airport.
Sweet.
Texarkana. So come on home.
Got room for the Waller Hauler?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out over at Kyle O's, man. Come on down and hang out at Kyle O's.
Is there any chance we can get a sticker made just to put on the back of the of Brian's camper called the Waller Hauler? Because that would be amazing.
We can actually get that. We can actually do that.
Yeah, Shane. Sean knows people, man.
I know.
We're good.
Waller Hauler. Hey, you know what? There's a couple of shirts that we are designing right now that will be up on iloveppg.com. So if you haven't been there yet, go to iloveppg.com. Check out our merch store. We got a lot of really cool shirts. Here are a couple of shirts that we are going to be putting up in the next week. Let me see if I can find them. Okay, that's one of them, but that's not the one I was going to say. What's that? You got 2 viewers? Oh, so real quick, tell everybody what you're doing and how you're doing it. Dragon Campers is streaming this video live to where?
Twitch.
To Twitch. Twitch.com/what?
Dragon Campers.
Dragon Campers. Go check it out. Okay, here no, that's not it. Darn it, where is it? I hate when I don't have my glasses.
All right. I think I see something from Kent.
Kent, are you on yet?
On.
Kent, talk to us. Tell us about your training and stuff. How you like it down there?
We lose Chris?
I don't know.
Oh, I found them. Here are the new shirts real quick, and then we can move on if Kent's still there. Achieve New Heights. Oh, there you go. Are you there?
Yeah, I got you now.
All right, Kent. We don't see you, but we hear you. How's your training down there? You're almost ready to go for a solo, right?
Yeah, hopefully tomorrow.
Woo! Do you have a GoPro or something, or are we going to be able to see this footage?
I got it charging tonight.
Now, where's this going to be located? We're going to be able to see this on what? KentStamey.com?
You might.
Hey, Kent, are y'all flying in the morning or in the afternoon?
Afternoon tomorrow.
Okay, well, I guess that we may try to come out there and see you then.
No pressure.
No pressure. Hey, I got to meet John Wayne and Bill this weekend, so they got to watch me start my learning.
Well, I'm glad
how
you
you
met
doing,
Bill.
Ken?
I don't know if I say too much about John Wayne.
John Wayne was
Great
nothing.
people. Great people, man. Kylo's great. It's been fun.
Did you get to look at a large dudek harness yet?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll bring it tomorrow.
Kent, I'm like I told you earlier today, dude. I cannot wait to see this, man. I have just such a I don't know what you want to call it. I just can't wait to see you fly. I feel I don't want to say I feel bad for you.
I think you're ready to see a big boy fall out there, ain't you?
No, I can see that myself. You know what I mean? But
That's the anticipation, man. We've been hearing about your training coming up for a while. We're all rooting for you.
yeah, I just, dude, I'm going to be so happy to see you fly, dude, because you deserve it, man. You really do.
You've been a big part of this show too for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know. I got in the chat a while ago. Nobody talked to me.
We said hi to all the people we cared about. We didn't say hi to you.
Oops.
Kent, I didn't see you in there, dude. I would have jumped on that. I'm going back up here to see if you telling
Yeah,
me. Oh, there
I'm
you are.
scrolling up now too. I saw you donate, but I'm apologize for not saying hi. If you said hi, sometimes I miss something in the chat, man, I apologize for that.
I just seen Dragon Campers asked me what mod I was on or what it's the Geek Vape. Sorry, the chat actually was going by pretty quick earlier.
Real quick. JP, spin the wheel. He's got to go. Go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk, guys. But JP, just spin the wheel.
Hey, Kent, have you decided on gear yet?
I can't find the wheel.
Hey, Kent, did you hear Mark?
Kent
is venture out. I think he's having connectivity issues.
Kent is on mute right now. There he goes. Kent, can you hear us?
What are we waiting on? JP's dial up? Good Lord.
I know, right? JP, whenever you're ready, spin the wheel so you can go. Huh?
We don't see anything.
Yeah,
We
we're not seeing your screen. It just says JP has started sharing the screen.
Double click to enter full screen.
We don't see it.
That's all we see, dude.
Hit Control Delete 5 times in a row.
Press the power button for 10 seconds.
Unplug it.
You realize we're giving the IT guy advice on IT stuff.
Yeah.
He knows more than we do.
Ruin the hard drive. Just unplug it.
Well, Kent, we can't hear you, so we'll definitely need to have you come on and tell us about your solo next week for sure. Who do we have next week? As of right now, we have Daniel Dayback.
Yep.
No, next week is
okay. We
Matt.
see it now.
Matt was down at Aviator a year ago, and I met him a few weeks ago when I was down visited Aviator, and I did my SIV class. He was down there, and great guy. He goes by mainly Paramotors, and he's been in our chat a bunch, donating and whatnot. And he's just hit his 1 year mark, but because he lives in Maine, he's been limited on the amount that he can fly. I think he's got 30 or 40 flights up there, but he's our guest next week.
Awesome. I know he's been really active in the chat.
I'm going with John Wayne. I mean,
it's gonna be mainly
or Sharky in the Sky.
Be mainly.
Oh,
Sharky in the Sky.
I think it's gonna be Sharky. I think it's gonna be Sharky.
It's Sharky.
Oh, so close, Matt.
Sharky in the
There
Sky.
it is.
Dead on.
All right. Speak up in the chat, Sharky.
Heck yeah.
Sharky in the Sky. This is that 1080p knockoff camera. It's not the best in the world. If you already have a camera and you want to let this spin again for someone else, you can, or you can claim it. Just say what you want in the chat. What would you like?
I found that camera to be good for chase cams. So you don't have to worry about any kind of damage to it, because if it does, then you didn't lose out on $400 on a GoPro.
There you go.
I actually used that same knockoff GoPro this past weekend at the fly-in. I was trying to come up with a safe way to get the world's longest selfie stick.
Gotcha.
In the
Oh
air.
yeah, did that work?
I cannot figure out a safe way of doing it. I got home and looked at it, and I figured out what happens is it.
So wait, back it up. You got a 13-foot selfie stick, and you can't find out a safe way to do it. Is that how I got it?
Correct.
Okay.
So I figured out that I could just take the GoPro, the generic GoPro, and tilt it and tighten it, and then hook it into my chest harness or the chest clip. But the problem is, if I'm running and it starts to let go and start extending, then I have a chance of tripping over it.
Oh, Sharky said spin again.
What if you take a couple of Velcro straps and strap it to you?
Well, what I came up with is it has a little loop at the end of it. I could take that loop and take another string and tie it to the GoPro at the top so it can extend. And then I'm safe. So I didn't figure that out until I got home. So I plan to fly this weekend coming up, and that'll be the first thing that I do. I've had this thing for months and I haven't used it yet. It's driving me nuts.
That's what she said.
Yeah, 13-footer, baby.
Yeah, Brian, he's not
Actually,
used to having anything that long.
You guys
No.
see the screen?
Yes.
I've never been accused of that. No.
Yeah.
Really surprised that JP's still here. It's like almost 10 o'clock and he's still here spinning the wheel. So please, in the chat, say thank you, JP. We love you. That's all he needs to hear, and he's fine.
JP's a man.
Hey, does anyone have any good recommendations for a concertina bag?
Or what?
Blah blah blah.
The accordion style stuff sack.
Oh, the long ones.
Yeah, they're like tube style.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I've had the ozone.
You find a wing that's not going to come with a bag.
Is Tyler Vowell's going to win again? Dude,
What?
we gotta ban Tyler Vowell.
Tyler and Will Fly.
I
This is
don't
what
know,
I
man.
was
I
told
don't
at the
know.
beginning of the show.
It's going to be close. Nah, Tyler got it.
Can we
So
drop
close,
it like
Will.
a pinball machine and move it to my name?
Tyler, do you want this knockoff GoPro? It's really not the best in the world, but it's great for chase cam. So Shane
So
says.
you keep
Or do you
saying
want us
knockoff GoPro. So is it a Chinese knockoff of a Chinese knockoff then?
It's from P Wonka. The people that make
Get
it
it,
called
Brian.
P Wonka. P-I-W-O-N-K-A. Wonka.
The one.
Hey, I think maybe Sharky does want the camera. I think maybe we misunderstood. He says, "Keep me on the wheel." I said, "Spin again." What does that mean?
All right. So real quick, the one that I have, you can actually Bluetooth to the camera. So from your phone, you can actually choose to. So if it's on a 12-foot selfie stick, you can actually turn it on and off through your phone.
You guys got me back.
Oh, Sharky and this guy said, "Keep
Yes,
me on
Kieran.
the wheel." I said, "Spin again." So
What
I
does
guess
that mean? Does
He wants to stay on the wheel, but he wants you to spin again for the camera. Is my understanding.
Then why would he want to stay on the
Maybe if
wheel?
he gets it twice in a row, he's going to take it.
Or maybe he thinks there's another spin coming up.
The last spin.
Sharky in the Sky, do me a favor, go to ppgzone.com/ClearPropTV, fill out the forms, say that you donated the camera for another spin, and we'll send you something. We're not gonna
He put in the chat he does not want the camera. I want to stay on the wheel, is what he just put in the chat.
In case there's another spin.
Correct.
Something else.
Hey Sharky, have you tried out that chase cam birdie that we sent you?
There's a lag, so it might be a minute before they say anything in the chat. So Tyler Fowles, is he in the chat? Does he want the camera?
Sharky says, I thought there were other prizes. And I think we should spin the wheel again. It sounds like let's give him an opportunity.
Tyler wanted if Sharky didn't want it, correct? Is that my understanding?
Yes. Yeah, Sharky, if you want it. Oh, I don't want the camera. I want to stay on the wheel.
That's what I just read.
So do me a favor, Sharky and this guy, do me a favor, go over to ppgzone.com/clearproptv.com or ClearPropTV, fill out the form and just say that I haven't tried yet. Just fill out the form and say that you gave away the camera, and we'll send you something. We appreciate you doing that.
And Tyler's still logged in. I say we give Tyler extended chance to claim this.
If Tyler wants it, that's fine. I don't think that he'll use it very much. This is pretty much, you know what we should have done? We should have just give it to Tommy, Tommy Sutherland.
No, Sharky in the Sky said give it to Tyler. So Tyler won it fair and square. So Tyler gets it.
Tyler, if you don't want it, we'll give it to Tommy Sutherland since he hasn't. Wait a minute, was it Tommy that hasn't flown yet? Chris. Who hasn't flown yet? Who's here? Chris Thomas?
Yeah, he's looking to take lessons in Nebraska.
Okay, so Chris hasn't flown yet. Do you have any GoPro or any cameras yet?
I have a 4K run cam for drones. So I don't need it.
Okay, he doesn't need it either. Well, Tyler, if you want it, send me, go to ppgzone.com/ClearPropTV. Let me know that you want it. If you don't, we will give it away next week. How about that?
Hey, quick question in the chat.
Yes.
By what I think is a new chatter.
Yep.
Russ Burns. Hey, fellas, interested in training, hearing a lot regarding fitness. I'm 60 and 175 pounds. How tough is it really?
I thought he was putting 6 foot. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
I think he's 60. Yeah, I think he's 60 years old, 175 pounds. So not thinking foot launch only, just looking for your honest opinion. If you're
67 and I weigh about the same.
Depends on your athletic skills.
What's your 40 time? Run a combine.
Yeah, John Wayne can speak on this better than most of us.
Yeah, he's the oldest one here, isn't he?
I didn't want to be rude about it, but John Wayne, when dirt was made and you were there, can you explain how being your age and foot launching?
Well, I'll tell you what the deal was. I had the same concern when I first talked to Kyle, and I thought I was going to have to use a trike. And Kyle said, well, if a bear was chasing you, could you run 50 yards to get away from him? And I said, yes. And he said, foot launch is no problem. And he was exactly right. So, I mean.
Later, guys. See you next week.
Peace out, JP. Good night. Thank you for the wheel, JP.
No problem, guys.
Hey,
See you next
John,
week. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, JP.
362, John.
How would you say you were, John?
67.
Oh, I gave you 5 years off. I said 62.
Yeah, that's it wasn't a problem, but you know, one of the things that bothered me when I first started is that I felt like the motor was heavy, but as you all know, that's really not an issue, is it?
No.
No, it doesn't take long.
No.
I watched John Wayne this weekend, and he done better than the younger guys out there.
I know he makes it look easy, don't he?
Yes, he does.
I remember,
Andy McGavin with Mac Para, he still flies, and he's up there in age.
I remember the first time I put that paramotor on, I thought to myself, honestly, I was like, there's no way I can run with this.
Yeah.
And I was told by Shannon, she said at some point you're gonna be standing around talking to your friends at a fly-in or something, and you'll have your motor on your back. I do it all the time. When I first put that motor on, I'm telling you right now, in my head, I was like, there's no way I can run with this. And I put that motor on, jumped on the back of a golf cart and went across the field. And the first thing I did when I got there is take that motor off. I was like, there's no way I can stand here with this. Now I stand there. It's not an issue now. And I think that's the same for most of us, if I'm not mistaken.
Unless you have a fresh breeze.
Yeah.
All I would say is, you gotta want it.
Yeah.
When you're running for it, I mean, you really gotta want it. If you're not in shape, you're gonna have to work harder than everybody else that is in shape. What it really comes down to is proper training and learning proper techniques and lining up, setting your wing out right, lining up into the wind. Once you get your body posture right, you learn how to use the power from the motor, things become a lot easier. So, it's all about technique. And as a beginner, until you learn those techniques, you're going to have to muscle your way through some of that stuff.
Oh, great.
And, it can be hard. It can be hard. You got some failed launches, and you're going to have some butt landings and some knee drags. And if you're like most of us average people, you might break a prop or two in the process, but you can do it.
Tyler Valve says in the chat, please give the camera to someone else. Thanks anyways. So a camera giveaway for next Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, so what did they say?
Tyler said, please give the camera to someone else. Thank you anyways.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just do another
on Monday.
Yeah, we'll do it on Monday next week. And if anybody out there does not have a camera, they don't have anything at all, do me a favor, get up with me, email me at ppggrandpa@gmail.com. Go fill up that form over at ppgzone.com and say, hey, I don't have a camera at all. If someone out there knows someone that does not have a camera, let's just go ahead and donate it. Kent, do you have a question? I see your hand up.
No, I was going to comment on the holding the motor on your back, because today we were standing there today with the motor on my back, and I was like, does this guy realize I'm standing here talking to you with this motor on my back? Can we sit it down and talk?
Yeah, that's how you think now, Kent. Let's talk to you next year and see what you say.
Mm-hmm.
He got long-winded today, and I was like, I think he forgot that this is on my back.
I used to when I would land, the first thing I would do is unclip my wing. It didn't matter where I was at. I'd unclip my wing. I'd go set my motor down, and then I'd come back and get my wing. And now I don't do that. I gather my wing up and I clear it off.
Yeah, same here. Exactly.
Right, I have a comment and a question. Okay. Question was for John Wayne. The comment is talking about the camera and all that. An instructor that I was talking with for my future training before we had a family emergency and all that, suggested I get a camera, but I haven't had the opportunity to get one yet.
I use my phone. This footage that you see is my phone. I have it on a chest mount. I don't touch it. I turn it on before I fly. And when I land and I remember it's still on, I turn it off.
Well, I'm going to just delete everything off my phone.
Sean, I like to do Facebook Live while I'm in the air. So
Exactly.
it's hard.
Right.
I mean, you can still take it off and do live streams.
Take it off and drop it.
Well, have a tether. I mean, I got a tether online.
I'm just saying, you said of anyone who doesn't have a camera yet, and I was just commenting.
Oh, you're saying that you want one.
Well, yeah, especially since I don't have one. My future instructor suggested I get one.
Well, we got Amy with the camera, And we got Jim Smart in the chat saying, "I'll take the camera."
So actually, if you ask Kylo about a new pilot and a camera, he's going to tell you not to even bother with a camera until after your 200th hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
told
200.
If
I
you,
actually
have-
flew with a GoPro my first flight with Kyle when I trained with him, and he didn't catch it before I was already in the air with it. But when I landed, he told me, he says, you know, it's cool to catch video of your first few flights. He said, but if you're wanting to learn and get better, the best thing to do is set your camera up on a tripod and film your takeoffs and landings.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's at. I mean, that's totally where it's at, man.
Yes.
Every time I've screwed up a landing, the video from my GoPro on my helmet was worthless.
Yes.
The video from my dad standing off to the side of me landing was where it's at. I mean,
It's
if
hard
you
to
want
do.
to learn,
Find somebody that will stand there and watch you take off and land, unless you got a tripod.
I got one right here.
And that's what I was going to say. Saturday, you know, Mark's telling me, you know, go more back. But watching the video when I put my new video up on theparachute.com of Saturday, me practicing, watching it and those playbacks, watching the video of when I'm not in my mind, I think I'm going back. It feels like I'm going back, but you're really not. I'm still going
Yeah, she was
left to the
crabbing.
match. I'm crabbing. But that's because I watched the videos like right tip up. You're going to have to pull, you know, brake and go left, and opposite.
You know, I stalled a wing last year, and Amy was filming me. And when I took off and I fell out of the sky, my first reaction was, what the F just happened?
Because in his mind, he did everything perfectly.
I didn't know what I did wrong until I watched the video.
Well, I told him before the video, I said, you pulled too much brake. And then on the video, you can see it. So the video was like invaluable.
You know, another thing too is to have a 360 on your chest mount. That way it's out of the way of everything. It's not going to get caught in lines. And I've done a lot of videos with a 360 camera on my chest mount. So you can see pretty much almost everything, especially when you're pulling like brake. You can see your wing, you can see you can see the ground. So that's something too that you can think about. And all my videos that I do too are on the chest mount. I really don't like anything in my hands, you know, or on my helmet, because they can get caught. The things that I like is, you know, to turn it on and go enjoy my flight and not worry about the camera. It's only afterwards that I look at it, so, oh, that's right. And then you can take some great screenshots.
wherever you're flying at, man, you got a wide open area. It's awesome.
This is
I know
our
it's an airport.
That's
this
the
is
airport.
our airport.
Yeah.
And you see this big field right here. This is our field that they gave us just for PPG. It's inside the gate, so I don't even lock my vehicle. I just leave the vehicle out there, and we have all of this room here. We can do whatever we want. So this
I'll tell
is
you what, Sean, I really like that airport that we flew out of. It kind of freaked me out the way the wind was that day that I came out, because I had to come over that fence that's right below your feet.
Yep.
And I had to just barely miss it to come in and hit the landing.
I always try to like hit the field, you know, hit it with my foot, but you know, I'm too high, I guess.
I don't
It's
know
nice
if you
to
guys did
put
see.
those obstacles out there for you, though. All those light poles.
Oh man, those are
you
the
do,
best.
you do the slalom on those, or what?
Yeah.
I don't know, but you see how I can sit down as soon as I'm done landing? I don't keep this thing on my back very long.
I don't know if you guys have seen Jim's comment, but he said a 360 chest mount on a woman? Question mark.
Yeah, especially me. How's that going to work?
Oh, marvelous for the rest of us.
Yeah, it's going to work great.
Yeah, be tilted.
Because remember, when it's chest mounted, you can see, I mean, you can, when you're editing, and I know what Shane's talking about, but when you're editing, you can make it pan anywhere that you want to when you're editing the thing. Now, Mark will probably like to keep the entire 360 footage for himself, but when you put it out there for the world to see, you can pan it, tilt it any way that you want to.
Hey, I have a question for Kent. Kent, have you got your gear yet?
Yes.
What did you end up with?
Blackhawk Corsair 170.
Is that the one that you're flying there, or are you flying Kyle's gear?
I want to fly mine so I know what I'm taking home.
That's right.
Nice.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I
yeah.
got a Paratoy wing, 28 meter, and then I got a tandem wing that I've also bought that may be useless, but I got it.
You got the tandem wing for
tandem wing?
Yeah.
tandems, or why do you have a tandem wing?
Because I'm a big boy.
How big are you, Kent?
Yeah.
6'3", 280.
My buddy that started Paraswag with me, Stephen Posey, he's about your height at 320.
Yeah.
I was at the heaviest, almost 280 this year before I started losing weight, and I fly a Moser 185 and a 28 meter wing, and it didn't take but 8 steps to get in the air.
So y'all telling him he needs a refund or sell
You,
it?
I mean, the tandem is great if you're going to go do tandems, but how big is your tandem wing?
38 meter.
Big boy.
That's what I'm flying. I fly a 38 meter, and I'm 6'4" and 320 plus the motor.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's when people tell you don't buy your stuff until you train. Yeah, I learned the hard way.
I did too.
Yeah, Mark did the same thing.
Don't feel bad.
But
so
that,
Chris,
that
you get ready
38 meter, I'm able to thermal on. So at my weight, I can still thermal on the 38, and then I can fly my trike with the 38 or my quad with the 38 and the motor, and I'm still within the weight range of it.
Yeah, I also have a trike with my unit.
Go ahead, Brian.
No, I'll say it totally depends on what you want to do. I mean,
right.
I mean, if you're trying to go out there with a big motor on your back and you weigh almost 300 pounds, you're going to need a pretty damn big wing for thermaling, But yeah, it totally depends. But I totally agree with the statement of get your training before you buy your gear.
Yes,
that's what I did.
So many people make that mistake. I made the mistake. Everybody does.
I made the
I
mistake.
wasn't hurt too bad. I didn't pay but $3,000 for everything. So.
Oh well, that ain't
Wow.
nothing.
That's a good deal.
That's
good
good.
because Sean needs a tandem wing. He's going for tandem training next month.
Yeah.
Yes, going in for tandem training. So maybe Linda can come over. We can do a tandem.
Hey, Sean, where are you getting your tandem?
We are going to be going to Freedom Paramotors in Tennessee with Ben Muir.
Okay.
Hey, I still haven't gotten to ask John Wayne my question. He's talking about training and his age and everything. What was the hardest thing for him?
The hardest thing for me,
getting up in the morning.
Forward launching. Forward launching.
My training was broke up. I was going back and forth quite a bit, and that did make it harder,
Yep.
So, but as far as actually flying, I really didn't find any of it very hard, to be honest with you.
Did you
Kyle
struggle
does a good
with
job.
reverses or forwards at all?
No, well, I did it all, and I didn't really have any trouble. I was the only student Kyle had at the time. It was in the winter, the weather was bad, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I got kind of very personal training at my pace. So I was kind of lucky at that,
That was the same thing that happened with me and him. I was pretty much me and David Hamlin, but we was always hooking up with him at different times. So it was just me by myself with Kyle, which was pretty awesome, as you know.
Yeah, well, I had 3 flights in, and then I was away from there. And then, I was here flying by myself when I probably shouldn't have been.
So, we'll talk about
how many days did it take you to get in the air, John, with Kyle?
3 days.
Wow.
Through the 3rd day.
Yeah, you're a day earlier than Mark.
I got 4 days with him.
Yeah, well, I won't say, but you know the drill.
Yeah.
The practice taxiing,
Oh yeah. my training with him was a little different, man. I went out there and we had a lot of wind at the time, so I had to learn reverse kiting right off the bat. And I guess my RC background for 20-something years doing that, it came natural to me. The reverse kiting was nothing to me. I picked it right up.
it was when I started trying to do forward launches when I started having issues.
What's easier for me?
We're gonna say goodbye to Brian Haybell Waller at ppgbrian.com. He's got to go, so thank you very much for hanging out here. Will Fly at
Night, and
willflypg.com.
it was
See you, Brian.
good. Yeah, it was good hearing everybody's story. Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Peace
Later,
out.
Brian.
See you later.
See you, Brian.
All right, so now it's just down to us. It's a little after 10 o'clock. Do you guys want to continue to talk about paramotors, or?
What?
I just want to tell Chris Thomas before I get off here, when he gets ready to go buy his gear, go to paraswagusa.com because that's my company.
Do you feel gravity?
Do we feel gravity?
No, we sell the best of the best.
I'll definitely check it out.
No, I don't have anything against gravity. I will tell you this. I seen a post today on a gravity paramotor. The guy was pretty much bragging on it a little bit, the new Defiant, I guess.
Okay.
And the thing on the gravity, the only thing I don't like about it is everything attaches to the plastic gas tank. The paramotor that they sell is very similar to the paramotor we sell, but the difference you're going to find is on ours, we actually have a main frame behind the gas tank that everything plugs into. This guy took a butt landing and it ripped the plastic piece off of his gas tank that goes all the way through the gas tank, which it's a replaceable part, but it's just one of those things. I mean, it's a cool looking paramotor. I will tell you this, with a Moster 185, which is what you're going to need, you're looking at almost 70 pounds plus before fuel. So after you get fuel in it, you're looking at 70 something, 73, 75 pounds with the paramotor.
And then with ours, it's how much?
With our paramotor, with no fuel in it, you're looking at 56, 57 pounds with the Moster 185.
Hey, Chris, where do you say you live?
Omaha.
Omaha. You might need to come on over and see us over here in Arkansas.
Bit of a drive. Tell you what, I promise I'll check out or talk to you guys before I buy. How's that?
No worries.
Definitely talk with your instructor. I mean, that's the whole reason why we have instructors. A lot of instructors have their own brand that they sell and stuff like that. Definitely listen to your instructor. That's why you pay him or her to instruct you. They will give you the ins and out, the pros and cons of all the different motors that they've flown and they know about, including the wings. So that's one of the things that you want to do. Listen to everybody. I mean, don't just, go, oh, I just want to listen to my instructor. Listen to everybody. I mean, you're on the show, you're listening to this, you listen to other people talk about their particular motors. A lot of people are biased. I'm biased about mine right now because, it's I've only flown 2 different motors and I like mine the best so far, but I haven't flown others. What's that?
There's a lot of good paramotors out there, Chris. That you're going to find that there's a lot of good ones, but there's also ones that you want to stay away from.
And Mark George is really kind. He said, come on down and fly my motors. So there's another motor that I get to fly. I get to fly some more wings too. So the more motors you fly, the more wings you fly, you also get, some more information. Chris Wheeler, he does a lot of reviews. You might want to check out his YouTube channel. My Dog is Choking. He does a lot of good reviews on motors and wings. So you might want to check that out too. And just Google, paramotor reviews and just listen to them. I mean, everybody's going to say what they like. A lot of people are going to be biased because that's what they fly or that's what they sell.
That's right.
So do your own research, and we tell that to everybody on the show. Listen to us, but do your own research, and definitely listen to your instructor.
That's something I like, and I think John and Kent will agree with me. Kyle does not really try to push any certain products. You know what I mean? He's got one of my paramotors. He's got a MacFly paramotor. He's had Parajet. He's had a bunch of different ones. He's the type of trainer that's not going to try to push a brand on you. He's going to let you make your own decision, but he's just going to give you his input. Yeah. A lot of these trainers, like Sean's going to tell you, they're married to a brand, and that's what they're going to try to push on you. So just, you need to make your final decision on your research and what you gather as far as information.
And that's what I like about Kyle Glee's reviews too, that he's done on some paramotors. When Mark said that he reviewed one of ours too, he gives an honest, unbiased, honest pros and cons of it. What he likes, what he doesn't like about them after he flies them. So he does really good job. He's not married to any brand, and he'll tell you, I like this about it. I really don't care about this for it. You know, he's real honest on his reviews too.
I tell you what I've come to find out about him is he loves the sport.
Yes,
He can care less what motor you got, what unit, what wing, as long as it's safe.
Yeah, we're going to say goodbye to Tommy Sutherland. He's already took off. He said he has to go. We appreciate you, Tommy, for jumping on. I'm sorry, Ken, didn't mean to interrupt you.
All right.
No, you're right, Kent. He just wants to get people in the air.
Yep.
Definitely.
And if you aren't ready and you're kiting and all that, he won't let you up. Because we were at Spring Hill not too long ago, and there was somebody out there, and he even's like, you don't need to go in the air anytime soon.
Yeah, he spent the past 2 nights in his shop with us working and fixing stuff and literally built a helmet for us. And it was like, is this good stuff? His reply is, hey, it works. Let's build it. Let's put it together. It's yours. You use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
That's Kyle.
Amy,
yes,
Amy,
Linda.
Your doggy. I saw your doggy like crashed.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's Champ. He's tired.
Yeah, he is. This is the one that got attacked.
I had to interrupt because I
This
love
is the
it.
one that got attacked. If you see him, he's got.
Yeah, I had to just like.
He got his tubes out today, his drainage tubes, so he's doing good.
Yeah, Mama's taking
Oh,
care
baby.
So what happened?
For me.
Attacked by another dog?
So we've got a huge lab, a chocolate lab, and we've got a ex-Texas Ranger that lives next to us. They're good people, but they have a couple of dogs that have tried to get through the fence, and they try to get to our dogs. So we put up a brand new privacy fence last year to try to cut it out. And so what happens if both of all of our dogs are out at the same time, it gets our dogs riled up. And this last time, I guess they got riled up and they just kind of jumped on each other. And two of them got on Champ. So
That's not good. Whoa. Bike man Cody. Are you guys silly? I'm going to send it sometime. We'll learn the hard way. Be safe, folks. Donated $5 in the super chat. You know who Cody is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy that
yeah.
is doing Moonshiners.
Yeah.
So shout out to Cody. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh, I don't know. You cut me off.
Yeah.
I'm such a jerk. I'm so sorry, man.
Yeah, I thought we've had a meeting about this.
I'm sorry. I know I interrupted all this with.
It's done.
That's okay. Hey, I'm fixing to get off here. I don't know if Amy's staying on, but I've got to.
Yeah, I'm gonna be heading out.
I think we all need to head on out. My wife is going to be mad at me for being on here so long. So, go ahead and say goodbye, everybody. Tell them where they can find you on the internet real quick.
ParaswagUSA.com, and this weekend we'll be in Spring Hill, Louisiana with Kyle O'Glee at the Spring Hill Airport.
I might be there too.
There you go.
And Dragon Campers.
I'll be there Saturday morning.
I'm not going Saturday. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, Thursday. Paragliding chalk.
Have a good night. John Wayne, you going to be out there this weekend?
Yeah, I just talked to my wife. She said she wants to go out too.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
I think she wants to see where I've been spending the last year.
He wants proof.
I love it. That's
all right,
awesome.
guys.
Woman involved.
Yeah.
I got all the family to down to the Mouse House, so we're headed to Florida this weekend. But I'll catch y'all again sometime. I'm not that far, 4 hours.
So thank you, Jim, for joining us tonight. Appreciate you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
You're always welcome.
Good to see you.
Jim.
Bye, Linda.
Linda.
John
By
Wayne,
the way, Sean, I want to tell Sean my wife's name is Robbie.
Oh, my wife's name's Robbie. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And my name is John Wayne.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. I love it. Okay,
Well,
guys.
everyone, thank you so very much for joining us. Make sure you go over to ParaSwagUSA.com. Check out Linda Anderson over at ParamonUSA.com. You can always find me at ppggrandpa.com. Listen to our podcast at paratalk.org. Watch us at ClearPropTV.com. And definitely go over to ppgzone.com.
Yeah.
Make yourself a free account and check out all the cool stuff that's over there. Y'all have a great evening. And
Thank
we
you
are.
all. Okay, I gotta say one thing. Thank you, all my chatters. Thank you.
See you, Linda.
John Wayne.
Yeah.
Spring Hill Airport.
Yeah.
That's what you call her. I'll see y'all guys later.